Hey everyone, this is David and High Shelf Gaming and all of that good stuff. We are, of course, playing some Cyberpunk Red tonight. I'm joined by kind of our regular crew now. Katrina playing Spring, Casey playing Vinton, and Garrett playing
Gavin, but
Gavin. My
Gavin.
apologies, Gavin. Why do I always call you Garrett? It's so bad. You know what it is? I look at your name on the thing, and it's like kind of short, and so in just my brain, I just say it's Garrett. I'm so sorry, Gavin. Um,
That's fine.
your new name is Garrett,
No,
though.
that is terrible. I'm so bad. I had a friend for years, for over a decade. I called him by the wrong last name. Just, and he corrected me many times, and just my brain would not catch up, and I felt so terrible when I finally got it right. So, Gavin, I'm so sorry.
Good.
I'm just gonna do like a little, just do a little like post-it note right here that right there on my right next to the camera says Gavin, and then I will not forget.
And Kelly's gonna be like, "Why you got this guy's name up on your
I know.
shirt?"
Who's this person? And of course, along the top here, we have cut off our banner. We are doing a Black Lives Matter charity. So we have our own cool gig here trying to support the Bail Project, trying to raise some money for the rest of this month. So whenever we stream, we will be plugging links into the chat and all that kind of stuff so that folks can donate some money to the Bail Project to help get people to post bail whenever they get arrested while protesting, which is super important. I'm trying to think of what else to say about that. I mean, like last time, Casey, you kind of gave a really good overview of your feelings. I don't know that we really need to redo that unless do you have any new updated feelings that
I,
you wanted to like?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I actually
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's surprising. I was gonna ask if I could say something, but I was like, first off, with this community, HSG, thank you for being as respectful and listening and trying to do your best to help. I have watched a couple of my favorite streamers lose people over this. There's a couple games that I've watched that are no longer being shown because of different opinion. So I appreciate everybody in the Discord being silver and talking about this in a mature manner. I appreciate everybody who's gone out and protest, who has thrown money at this, and we got them. We got the cops. They're being charged, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's solved. Keep going out there. Keep protesting. Keep the pressure on them. Keep it peaceful. I beg of you. We do not want to lose the public. And again, I appreciate everybody here. I love everybody here, and thank you for the continuous support in this situation.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so today actually, we the family here we did a spot of that. So my wife got to go and protest along with the Philadelphia Health Department. They showed up and gave out masks and hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff to help people keep people safe, right? So I mean, like the protest is very important, but like also we don't want this to lead to tons of COVID cases, right? Which it's kind of rife to do. It's really tough to be socially distant. It's tough to wear masks in the heat, but it's important to do those things, right? So,
and they are expecting. They've come out and they said there will be an increase. The
right.
increases that are happening now, folks. I got to say this, and I'll be done. The increases that we see now do not equate to the protests that are happening. Don't
Right.
forget it takes 14 to 15 days for these new cases to come up. Do not listen to the media on that. It is a lie.
Right. That's all from Memorial Day weekend.
Now.
That's all from Memorial Day
let's
weekend. Yeah.
Let's not get stupid now.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And
But they are looking at.
yeah. And you know, there's a risk, right? So yeah, wear masks and be safe and wash your hands and all those things. Those are all very important things to do. When Kelly came home, she went and took a shower right away and like it's like let's get all the possible COVID off sort of thing. And that's important, right? You gotta stay hygienic during these times, especially even though there are important things to be doing. So all good. What's up, Remulus? Remulus is my good buddy from where I used to live. I don't want to dox anybody. I love you, Remulus, and you know this. So yeah, we are of course still raising money for the bail project. We'll be doing that all month long. So this is kind of a slow roll thing. And if we ever make it to $1,000, I am apparently going to dab. I refuse.
On the table for if we just hit $1,000.
I have yet to dab ever in my life, and I will do it for the first time if we raise $1,000 by the end of the month.
David, I will call my wife right now. I had a great paycheck this week. I'll call my wife
No, don't do
right
it.
now.
Don't do it.
Come on, folks. With your support, we can support the bail project and get David to dab on.
I want to see this.
Come on.
First time in my life. There are things that I just don't do, and the fads I just never. But I'll do it for this.
The fad? You mean the thing that happened 4 years ago?
Yeah. As soon as something like that hits, I'm like, nah, that's gonna last 6 months. As soon as it happens on the news, it's over, right? And then, sure enough, it's gone. So, okay.
That's just us old people trying to keep up with the youngins.
That's right.
Speaking of keeping up with the youngins,
Yes.
start this.
Yes. So in our Cyberpunk game, you lovely folks, the three of you went on a spot of adventure last time, trying to find out what happened to Hallbrook's people. To Hallbrook's. Let me hide that real quick. What happened to Hallbrook's Netrunners? He had a pair of them. They just kind of went off the grid. And you found one of them dead in their apartment. And then you found the second one at a very seedy virtual reality bar called, it's this type of virtual reality called Brain Dance, where you get really screwed up on drugs and you have VR on and you basically relive someone else's experience. And because you're on so many psychedelics, you kind of forget who you are and you buy into the fact that you're this other person for a minute. It's a really intense experience, and apparently these two Netrunners were into it. The bar they used to go to do this, called The Glow, was apparently involved in some way in getting one of them killed, and maybe almost both of them killed. You all showed up and found Sparks, who's a young woman, redhead, who was the Netrunner that was still alive, and she was beaten by the people in this bar. On your way out, you kind of got the impression that they were a part of SMUD, SMUD. SMUD being the local authority in Sacramento here, the kind of utility municipality, somehow in the time of the Red had a huge grab for power. And so they own, if we just kind of look around Sacramento here, they own all these fields, all this cropland. They own all of this, and they use that to grow a form of fuel, an ethanol-based fuel that powers their power plants. And so they kind of rule all of that, and then they built these giant walls all the way around Sacramento. So these brown lines around Sacramento is a series of walls that they've made. And it turns out that The Glow, this little Netrunner bar brain dance situation, was actually run or somehow occupied by a couple of SMUD agents that were there when you ran into, or when you came to rescue Sparks. Y'all did something, though.
Gaslight.
At the end of all of that, after you rescued Sparks, and you got most of the agents in there killed, there was one left up on the roof. You let the gas out, and then
Allegedly.
Yep.
Ignited a pipe bomb that I witnessed as a GM. Not allegedly. I witnessed as a GM.
Also witnessed as a player on a freeway.
Yeah, so that building went up as a huge ball of flame, and there was a helicopter coming in. There was a bunch of emergency response vehicles coming in to, put out the blaze, address what was going on, all of that kind of stuff. So that was intense, but you all made it out. Over the last couple of days, you've been kind of resting and figuring out what to do next. Sparks reached out to Vinton, because Vinton, you left your contact info with Sparks. Sparks reached out to you and said, so I was able to get back into my apartment and dig through the equipment that was set up to sabotage us and get us killed. I found in there I guess a note. It was really a chip that didn't seem to serve any purpose, but it had energy going to it. So I read what was coming out of that chip, and it's an address, and somebody is looking for rescue. They called themselves. They said that I might know them as the Shaper. Doesn't mean anything to me. But anyways, this person, whoever they are, seems to be trapped. And I looked up that address, and it's a small SMUD facility. It's like 2 stories. They've got a little parking garage underneath. And I want to see what this is about. I want to see who it is that was involved in my brother's death, but then is also asking for rescue. And since you all did such a great job of finding me and rescuing me, I would like to ask you to do the same for this person. Maybe I can get some answers about what was going on.
This is all through a text message?
Yeah, this is like a little video message that she sent you. And if you want to meet and talk, you certainly could. What was the name of this little? There's a
Kansas.
Missouri City Barbecue.
Missouri City Barbecue.
Missouri City Barbecue. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna.
Is it in Legend Keeper? I probably should put it in Legend Keeper.
Yeah, we probably should.
I'm on it right now.
Awesome, cool. So let me draw Missouri City Barbecue here. Let's do a little yellow, just so it's different than everything else.
I'll send back a message, and I would like to meet up and talk about this.
Okay, cool.
And it would probably just be going.
Just you?
Yeah, I don't know if I would let the other 2 know just right off the bat yet.
Okay. Cool. Do you meet up? You probably want to meet up. Where do you want to meet up with Sparks?
If there's like a side gas station by I-80, like if you look what I-80's at, like I don't necessarily want to go to the diner, but
Right.
You know.
Yeah, sure.
Because eyes. Like Vin's paranoid.
Sure.
He saw what happened, and he's.
Yeah, the explosion.
Oh, by the way,
the explosion's a problem, right? Yeah, of course.
And he's been around long enough to know, and played this game long enough to know that it's like that's a problem. So
right.
He doesn't really want to be seen in public too much.
Sure.
So. Yeah.
Trying to find a nice high contrast color. They're all terrible.
Yellow? There we go.
Just black. There we go. All right. Yeah. So you go to the, what is, oh god, what's the one in Texas? Buc-ee's. You go to the Truckies, and it's like a big cartoon truck.
Vin will be like, "What a fucking disgrace!"
Yeah.
What a disgrace!
But they have a great chili dog and a place where people can sit and eat and talk.
So yeah.
Yeah, Truckies is known as a safe place to leave a truck overnight. They have nice high fences and lights and apparently security that patrols and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those, like, it's a stop and it's more secure, so it is kind of popular. And because it's so popular, it becomes kind of a safe place to meet people because nobody's going to act a fool at Truckies.
All right. Okay. I'll actually take the truck then. I was just going to take my bike, but I'll actually take my truck.
Okay.
Blend in.
Perfect.
So.
So yeah, you head over to Truckies, and they are. You've probably been to a Truckies before. You know the dress code is, folks who are okay to wear, like, are okay to wear leathers. They're okay to have a pistol. Anything more than that, you need to be like a truckie's family member, which means that you have to have like carry the card, and they, keep you in good standing and all that kind of stuff. So it's there are people who have more that are allowed to wear Kevlar and carry like a rifle or a shotgun, but they are like special truckie's family friends kind of thing, where they've paid for their membership and all that stuff.
I would like to make that argument because this was the route that we took to get to Night City. That the family I came from is one of those exclusive members.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
With that said,
I'm down with your family. Are you a truckie's family member?
Yeah, I would be because I would run convoys back in the day.
All right.
So on my own.
So let's make a little note that you pay some kind of like monthly dues. Because like nothing in this world is free. So we'll figure out what that amount is, but like it's like being a part of an HOA or the Boy Scouts or whatever. You got to pay, right? So there's going to be some kind of monthly fee.
It's funny that you call it Truckies because I'm pretty sure there's a town off of I-80 that is called Truckies.
Yes.
Like I gotta look that up again,
yes.
But I'm pretty sure there is.
Perfect. Yeah, that's where it got started. I love it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, they have great kolaches. Not quite as good as West Texas has kolaches, but pretty solid kolaches.
It is Truckee, California.
Yep, that's
Truckee,
it.
California.
I was right. Truckee, California, coming off the Donna's Pass.
Yes.
I was like, it's right there off of Donna's Pass.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
And
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you show up with your nice black, armored up truck, and your truck next to a bunch of other trucks is always kind of interesting, I would think, because there are some trucks that are clearly like town trucks. They're just around town, and then there's like obviously the long haul trucks that have layers of armor, or they have like a drone pod on the back that releases drones to protect the truck. And there's probably even a couple of automated trucks here. Those like, remember the one that Petrochem had that was like too wide and real tall, and this like black lozenge looking thing. There's probably like two of those here. And so just a lot of different types of trucks are at Truckies.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Mines would probably bring a little more attention because of the setup being what they call quad axle truck, having 3 axles in the rear. It shows that we usually haul weight, so it's like
right. Yeah, there's probably not a lot of those.
No, not
in this yard.
In the time of the time of the red, a lot of those would probably get kitted out for gunships. So,
right, because like it can carry a lot of weight. That means I can put like a tank on it, right? All right, that's what we're doing.
Put a mobile gun platform on the back end of it and call it a day. So, I actually, though I can show up like that, I'm actually showing up in blue jeans.
Okay.
I want to be as relaxed as possible.
Cool.
Try to really, and I have now shaved my dreads off.
Oh shit!
I no longer have my dreads. That was like the first thing. You'll see it in my write-up, and I've changed my eye color because I have the. I'm
Cyber eyes.
I'm going full on paranoid at this point.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it
good.
got spooked. I got
good.
super spooked. So
good.
It's like, no, I'm not gonna look like how I used to look like.
Good.
So
perfect. So yeah, you roll up, and they've got like the sandwich shop and the kolache shop and the bakery, the truck stop. There's rooms you can rent upstairs for overnights. There's showers and all that kind of stuff, and then of course there's the gas station and all the convenient stuff there. You and Sparks are meeting in the kolache shop where they've got some seating in the side area.
Nice. All right. Shop.
Yeah. So, do you, anything in here before you just go on into the kolache shop?
No, he's still very gun shy about eating, especially seeing that this is probably going to be a jump into the mission thing. So he's probably not going to.
Right. No worries.
He's like, nope, not going to eat.
Yeah. So you head in, and you see her right away. She's kind of that kind of slightly pale skin, red, long hair. She's clearly like taking care of it since last time you saw her when she was all beat up. You can see that she's still got a bruise on her cheek, but she's otherwise doing okay. And she kind of gives you a nod, and you see in front of her she's got like 2 kolaches. One is like half eaten, and she just put it down, and she's got a coffee in front of her too.
Not gonna be rude if that's for me, so
Hmm?
I'll sit down. I was like, if that second one was for me, like if she offered it, I'm not gonna be rude.
No, those are both for her.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yep.
Just making sure. I was like, you're looking all right there, Red. How you doing?
I'm okay. There's still a lot going on. A lot to kind of get through. I'm glad that you could meet me today to look over things. I still have some stuff to work out as far as my brother goes, but when I found that, I knew I couldn't wait on it. So, yeah. What do you need to know?
To know first off where to start looking outside of this address. Do you have a description of this guy?
Yeah, I started asking around a little bit for people who know the Shaper. I haven't found anything yet. They just double check her stuff real quick. Okay. She says there's a community of like a kind of like a game of some kind, and the game was called World Crafters, and that's the only place where this Shaper showed up as like a notable player of that game. But I don't know, it just seems a little weird. So the building itself is pretty straightforward. I think it's in the Garden District, in that middle set of gates.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of stories tall. It's got parking underground. Looks like it's a little SMUD depot, or not depot even, but like just a little one of their little offices where they've got a couple of people go in and out. I set up a camera feed and started watching it a little bit just to kind of get what the flow is like, and it looks like there's about maybe 20 people who work there, and then security.
20 people on top of security?
Yeah. So like 20 normal office folk, and then SMUD security is there too. It doesn't look like one of their like really sensitive buildings. I didn't see like in their headquarters they've got guys in armor standing out front. They've got trucks around, all that kind of stuff. This looked like kind of a smaller deal. Like they have a normal detachment of security, not anything super intense. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I was trying to figure out like look at these faces, and I tried to send their faces around to a couple of people, and none of them seem all that technical. They look like office stooges.
We sure this ain't some kind of trap to lure somebody out? Because I do find it interesting that you tear it apart. Not saying that you have anything to do with it. I'm saying that I find it interesting that you tear this apart, find this so-called chip.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of work you guys did prior to this, but it was obviously enough to get you and your brother targeted. So
yeah, SMUD has some enemies, especially here in Sacramento, and
how they run the place. Yeah,
they
I can see why.
And those enemies pay well for information on SMUD. So me and Wiz we took maybe a couple too many jobs against them. Mostly information gathering. Every so often leave a door unlocked, but mostly it was find this, tell us where that's at. the last big score we had was uncovering the location of one of their dumps where they, put a bunch of waste and all that. Somebody was paying big money for that information. So yeah, I don't know. I think that whoever left this, it was right in there with the wireless receiver that wasn't supposed to be with the equipment. That was added in after the fact. It was on that board. So whoever left that message had awareness that that wireless receiver was used for murder. It was used to beam Roche. I don't know if you know much about the net, but there's this guy. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm old, but I ain't that old.
Okay. Yeah, so they used this wireless receiver to beam Roche into my gear and into my brother's gear as well. So whoever left that message, I mean, they're involved in that, right? And I got to find out who it is and figure out what they were doing and why they did it and all of that.
All right. I understand that. I really do. Well, I guess the only thing I can ask is, what's his name? What's our not hit?
Holbrook is the
Holbrook.
Yeah, is the bodybuilder in the miniskirt that y'all took care of. Yeah.
I need to know two things. One, where we stand with Holbrook, and if we're in good standing, I need to know if he can help us get into this place, because guns blazing is not my ideal situation right now.
Yeah. So I understand that Holbrook paid you a part of my contracts for the next couple of months for getting me out. And I'm okay with that, and that I think that's going to go through, but I don't think Holbrook wants to work with y'all again.
God damn it. God. Nah. I don't blame him. You saw what I saw.
When you have to be careful, okay? Somebody got a photo of you and Spring and Todd.
Hence the change.
Yeah, that's good. Y'all need to be really careful.
Alright, do you have anyone who might be willing to take a risk on us? Because this actually hems up more than just this little mission you got for us. There's a lot of money on the line that we were hoping that he could help us get a train through Sacramento. So.
Yikes.
Yeah. There was a lot tied up in this mission just outside. It was good that we saved you, but there's a lot of money for my family tied up in being up here. So.
Well, you know what they say? Time heals all wounds. I don't know what kind of rush you're in, but Holbrook isn't like, he's not like, I didn't get the impression that he was going to go after you or nothing. I just think that his appetite for doing another job with you is not there.
Okay. I don't blame him. I don't. Can you do me a favor? I'm asking a lot from you, but you think you can smooth things over or attempt to start smoothing things over for him? And if not, find us another fixer that might be willing to work with us.
Yeah, I know some fixers, and I think that I think we can win Holbrook over, especially if we can bring some justice to whoever did this to me and my brother. I know that Holbrook is a businessman, but he also kind of cared about us, and so I'm sure that would help as well.
And I'm guessing you want this done as quietly as possible.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to start World War III. I want to know who did it, why they did it, and if I can get to them. If whoever this is willing to help, I want access to that person.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm trying to think if I got any more questions for you. You're looking good, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Uh,
been a rough couple of days, but good to hear it.
yeah.
As far as getting into the Garden District, I can get y'all in. So Wiz and I were pretty good at getting through the various checkpoints and all that kind of stuff. I've got some passes that will work. I just need to
Cool.
know what your new faces look like so I can put your stuff on those passes. So
Give me.
I can do real quick. That's pretty easy, but I need to know what the other two are gonna look like.
Give me 30 minutes to an hour to go talk to my teammates, and I'll get the pictures for you.
Okay.
You know where our camp's at?
No.
You know where the old golf course is, right there by 80.
Yes.
You'll see us a small encampment there.
Okay.
So if you want to just meet us up over there,
Sure. Okay.
if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah. I do need to get back to town, but I can wait an hour.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Again, sorry that we wasn't fast enough for your brother.
Yeah. I'm glad you came when you did.
By
Okay.
the way, good shooting.
Oh.
Not many people can hit a dude while moving square in the head.
Well, yeah. I was fueled by some anger that day. And that was necessary. I just wish that I didn't make mistakes later on. That got me in that chair. But yeah, thanks for taking a look, and I hope you guys take this on. And
we'll take it on if they like it or not. We will take it on.
all right, well, let me know, and I'll see y'all at your camp. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I get up and
You see her go to like refill her coffee, kind of thing, and sit back down and finish her breakfast.
I walk back out to my truck and probably lay a nice fist print into the side of my door out of frustration and get back into my truck.
Cool.
To get to the camp to go find Knucklehead 1 and 2.
So, you make it back to camp. No issues, right? To remind everybody, the camp is a smaller subset of the Midnight Runners. You left most of the kind of non-combatives back at near Night City, where they're nursing the Bigfoot tribe back to health. And you have basically the Edge Runners plus one or two people here at this camp in this old golf course. You've got one shipping container up on its end with a gun emplacement on top, lookout basically, and not the whole big family tent, but like smaller tents, so everybody kind of has their own space right now. And the armory is out there, so your camp is a lot smaller than what it used to be, and even now it probably feels weird going there and not seeing everybody. It feels like part of yourself is not present, kind of thing.
Yeah. Where would you two be at? What would Vinton find Spring in?
Spring's probably working in the main yard on her bike.
Gotcha.
So when you go into talk as normal, he's like grumpy and in the shadows and doing his own thing. But you see that something's a little different. But since it's dark, you can't see. So when you turn on the light, you see that now he has bleached hair. He turns around to have the Doc Ock goggles looking at you. And now he doesn't have his poncho hoodie anymore. He has a very large trench coat.
So you realize the amount of fuck we are. Like, you get it. Good. Let's go talk to Spring.
I'm good here, thanks. I'll stay.
No,
here.
no,
You
come
go.
on. Nope.
You
Come
go.
on. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
You go.
If you're okay with this, Gavin, I want to grab your character and drag him up. If you're okay with it.
You can do it. I just need to think, what would Ta really do if he was grabbed?
It would be
I
like
mean,
a
I
gentle
think grabbing wouldn't be. I'll give you this: grabbing wouldn't be the best way to get him out.
would or would not.
Would not.
Okay.
Well, Vinton, you guys know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
What is the? How does one coax Ta out of his shop?
With a bribe of some sort.
How about this? The mission that we got might land you some really sweet tech.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, government official tech, high-end stuff possibly. Stuff that we can't get easy.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. And we go and find Spring. Spring! Where you at?
Middle of the yard.
What does Spring look? Does Spring still look like as always?
Yep.
You're gonna need to change how you look.
Weird way to start a conversation.
Well, I got a question. I gotta know. Why did you
Do what?
don't play dumb with
Yeah, Spring.
Why did
Why'd you blow up the building?
Don't. You're not innocent. Don't you throw her under the bus. You two don't. You had the pipe bomb. I'm not dumb. You were mad as equal. You both rode away from there at the same time.
Why did you make a deal saying that he'd get away with his life?
Have you guys ever dealt with authoritative figures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Well, I
been
know
shot multiple times?
A few. And I show them like all the bullet holes in my body. Like a few. Yes.
Have you ever let someone walk away after they shot you multiple times?
Yeah, because I'm kind of almost dead. Which that was both of you. That's why I made that deal.
You
He's
could have taken a
good.
shot at him.
You guys, we went from being just a couple thugs running around, possibly implemented into a gangland shooting, to basically they now see our faces as domestic terrorists. We blew up a government building, and that's how they're going to spin it. That's why he looks like he belongs in an anime, and it's why I have 15 years worth of hard work just shaved off my head, and my eyes are green. Because you two decided to. I wouldn't even have been that upset if y'all just would have shot him. But it just had to go that extra mile. And I just need to know why. Why didn't you just shoot him? No?
Oh, plausible deniability for your ass.
For me?
Yeah.
They
That's how I was feeling that day.
Also, there was a lot of my blood all over the place. I think it was good that was probably not there anymore.
I mean, we've heard what they did with like Dexy's blood, so I don't put it against these guys.
That was one person that was in Night City that had the stuff of Night City. The cities aren't connected like they were back in the day.
But one person got that kind of info on us and put us in a lot of danger.
One person that had a lot of connections with what seemed to be an ex-era soccer camp.
Vinton
versus
guys
a
didn't have
city
to blow up the building.
municipality.
Hold on, Gavin. Sorry, Ta. Hold on.
Ooh, personal.
Sorry.
You're good.
Ta, hold on. What are you upset about? Could you shut up? Shut up.
You really want to start this?
I want to know if you are upset that we finished the job, that we didn't listen to you, or that we blew up the building. What are you upset about, Vinton?
That you blew up the damn building and you put the family at danger. They got our faces.
They're gonna get our faces on the next job. The whole fucking city has our faces.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to antagonize a group. Most of these places don't care that a couple Outlanders waste a couple of their officers. They got bigger things that control.
Well, they shouldn't fucking care that we wasted one of their buildings.
You literally razed a building to the ground. one of their
Okay.
prize buildings with a lot of their tech in it. I would want to find you too.
You mean the place where they were using to ensnare people that did brain dance? We blew
Yes.
that place up?
Yeah, that was there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're not getting.
What
Either
do you,
way.
Vinton? Do you want me to go back to Night City?
No, because you're too immensely talented.
Good. Then stop arguing with me. What's the next fucking job?
Oh yeah, don't start with me, Spring. I have been nothing all the way up until this point. I've been nothing but respectful. Yeah, we've had our argument. We have had our argument, and you're a good kid, but I don't understand what.
Don't call me kid.
Why?
Well, I'm not a kid.
What? Are you insulted by that?
Frankly, yeah.
You don't mess with a lot of Midwestern people, do you?
I'm from
Not a
fucking
thing.
Night City, son.
Don't call me son.
Well, then there we go.
Oh, you listen here, you little shit.
That's better. I'll take that one.
The reason why I am the way I am is I'm trying to keep you alive. All of y'all. You like to take a lot of unnecessary risks. You like to buck the system. And that's going to get you killed. You're immensely too talented to waste your life away like that. And that's why I am the way I am. I call you kid because it's a sign of endearment. I like you, Spring. You're frustrating as hell, but you're good at what you do. And you got a somewhat good head in the shoulder. But sometimes that head gets you in trouble. That's why I am the way I am with you. Not any other way. I wouldn't have asked for you to come up here if I didn't think you were worth a damn. I would have kept you down in Night City. But we asked for you to come up here because you're worth it. Now, I'll stop calling you a kid and just please, we got to be quiet about this. So no more bombs, no more explosions, quiet kills. If you need a silenced pistol, I got a spare one in the truck. The next mission is that we got to go find a person by the name of the Shaper. He's apparently trapped in one of their buildings. Seeing how we already wanted by him, I said yes to the job. It's a favor for Sparks. Because, oh, by the way, your two little actions now has our main reason why we're up here in jeopardy. What's his name again, David? I'm sorry.
Holbrook.
Holbrook. Holbrook don't want to work with us no more. He was our main ticket to get the train in and out full of steel. Have you forgotten that's why we're up here? So not only am I upset at you guys just blatantly just blew up the building and brought all the kind of heat that we have, now we got a lot of money that could be lost.
What you meant to say is that you're mad that we disrespected you.
Pretty much, yes. Let me be real. You disrespected me. I made a deal. If you want to go against people's promise, there's a family for that called Shiv Rav. They'll be glad to take somebody who doesn't want to honor promise, because that's not who we are. That's not what the Midnight Runners are. And now, more importantly, you have now threatened the main reason why we're up here. And I honestly don't know how Benny's going to take that. I haven't let Benny know what's going on, and I don't plan on yet. Because I'm hoping that this little mission we do for Sparks unfucks this situation. Because if not, I got to call him and start making plans to bring other trucks up here to haul all of that steel, and we just wasted an opportunity to make even more contacts up here. Because we went off the script. We wanted revenge. And trust me, I'm about revenge. That was not the time. So, I've said my piece. That's the mission. You need to change your look because they got your face. There's a reason why we don't look the way we look. You need to do that. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble. Because we got to go into the garden sector. So are you willing to do that? If anything, so we can get back on track to get this steel back down to Night City, because right now we're stuck. There ain't a fixer in a 1,000-mile radius that wants to work for us.
1,000 miles is a pretty long way. I'm sure we could find someone.
Ta.
God damn it.
I'm sorry to break like that, guys. That was great.
That was well timed. I appreciate that, Gavin. So, are you gonna change your look and we can get to work, or are we gonna keep pissing on each other all day?
I'm honestly down for both.
I got a question for you.
All right.
Actually, it's probably 2 or 3 questions. You saying you're trying to protect us?
I am trying.
Maybe you shouldn't let your temper get in the way of that.
Are you gonna bring up that? Fair enough. And I apologize for that. And I'm gonna try to get better.
Awesome. Cool. I'll try to get better too. While you're thinking
Oh yeah,
about
your face may leave that one.
while you're thinking about trying to protect us, remember we weren't running around with a dead body after the platoon hit. I'll go get changed so we can do this job. And I'll leave.
Okay, so spring leaves. GM, I just want to check in. How are we doing? Cool. Awesome. Tense conversations like that, I always want to check in at the end, make sure all the players are in a good place. Sounds like y'all are, so that's good.
Yeah.
Chase and I talked about this before.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good. Oh, I love
we
it.
knew
I love
this
it.
was gonna
I
get
love it.
intense. Like,
Oh,
we
I
knew
love
this
it.
was gonna be. We're still all friends, audience. We still love each other.
I'm still playing 5 other games with Casey.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the end.
Yep. Good. Thank you for that. So I just want to do a quick check-in. You guys are great.
Yep.
Todd, what was it you about to say?
Do we have armory up here at all?
Yeah. Y'all brought the armory is a little split, right? Because there's like family defense stuff down near Night City, but y'all did bring the armory up here too. So like the lock boxes and all that kind of stuff, so you can keep your SMGs and your assault rifles safe and that kind of stuff is up here.
Do we have a double barrel shotgun with us?
Roll a d10. I think your armory is a rating of 2, so you need 2 or less.
Oh, of course, 2. Okay. My Google Dice go.
Yeah, Google Dice, the best. Or roll 20.
No, it's 4. We didn't know. It's 4, so no.
Okay, yeah. So you remember seeing a double barrel shotgun, but it must be backed by Night City.
Deal.
Awesome.
Dave.
Yes.
The Spring's gonna leave. She's actually gonna kickstart her bike and leave.
Okay.
And probably be gone for an hour.
Okay. Where does Spring go?
She's probably gonna like mask up and cover up and stuff, and she's gonna go try and find a quick temporary tattoo / beauty parlor.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there's totally
like a place where you can like get tattoos temporarily and like, because I'm sure that's like a thing now.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so there's gonna be some sort of like beauty and more or ink and extra. Let's call it Ink and Extra. So Ink and Extra is a chain all throughout this world now, and they do, of course, like hairstyles and spray tans and all that stuff, along with permanent tattoos, light tattoos, temporary tattoos that your body will fight off. So it's like an ink that your body can break down. So it lasts for maybe a month before your blood cells can extract it out of your skin. So yeah, you go and get tatted up. What are you gonna get?
I don't know for sure. I think kind of something like what we have with the cover art for what we use for Cyberpunk.
Oh, with the Chica with the big row of stuff in her hair.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, I like something not tribal. I'm not going tribal,
Right.
but also not flowery or anything. I'm gonna have to look for some art, but
Sure.
it'll definitely be like she has tats here for sure.
Yep.
And probably not like Sparks where it's like
The teeth.
teeth.
Not
It's not
the
like
teeth.
that.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's something that goes down her neck.
Sure.
What I also would like, because I'm sure they have it now, because
Yeah.
why wouldn't they?
Right.
A hair color that like kind of shifts in the sun.
Oh yeah. Like an iridescent
uh,
kind of thing where like is shimmery blue and purple and orange or whatever.
Like yeah, it has a shift to it. Like
Yep.
it's like blue, purple in one way, red and orange the other way.
Sure.
So like it will always be a different color depending on
Angle.
how the photo is taken, how the angle is.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, and she'll get her hair completely cut. So
okay. Like a short pixie with this like shock of color in it kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, so that takes time, right? And actually, let's give you some options here. Do you want them to actually tattoo your face with this temporary ink, or they, grab the spray tan and do a stencil?
No, let's do the temporary that
okay.
will like stick for a month because
cool.
I figure we're gonna be running around like that.
Sure.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So you're gone for an hour. You have to bribe a little extra to get the spot because there's somebody who's been like waiting a week or whatever to get the chair, and you're like, no, I need this right now.
Yeah. I'll give some company script and
some eddies to it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You have some local script. The Smud Bucks.
How much? Okay, so like I have 50 Smud Bucks,
right?
But like, how much does this cost? Like, what is my Smud Buck to
right
ratio?
Yeah, that's a good point. So like, it's probably a 2-to-1 ratio. So credits are worth more. Every 2 Smud Bucks is worth 1 credit in this area. Outside of Sacramento, Smud Bucks don't mean anything.
Right, it's company script.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It sucks. So yeah, it's very easy for you to like emotionally get rid of the Smud Bucks to get your seat. You bribe with that, and then you pay with creds or whichever way.
Sounds good.
And yeah, spring rolls back later with a completely different look.
And new leathers. Because mine are fucked.
Right.
And probably like a new jacket or some shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I have to go find new art. God, Quentin.
We could have walked in there and get bust all down. I mean, Vint would have been like, that was a shame.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Oh, wait. You also see something different about Todd. He's usually kind of like hunched over, like walking in the shadows and, a little, trying to be hidden, but now he looks a lot more confident. He's like standing straight up. He looks like a couple inches taller now almost, or like he really is doing the full change. It's like personality, face. Yeah.
Man,
and his head is still the same, but he acts very different now.
Interesting.
Would Vint notice this? Like,
yeah, it'd be very obvious for you. Yeah, because you've known that he hates being like tall and like being seen easily, but now he's like, or he wants to be seen.
Right, Vint be like, you corporate spies, man. I don't know how you can just turn it on, turn it off like that. That's that is creepy. I love you, man, but that's creepy. And he just pulls out a cigar and lights one up. He's like, I thought I was gonna quit. I can't quit now. So he's just leaning up against his truck. That's all he's doing. He's just like, this is.
Sparks messages you, Vinton, and says, "Hey, I can't get away, but could you shoot me pictures and I'll leave the passes for you in a drop."
10-4. I text back 10-4, and I'll be like, hey, Top, come here, buddy. I need a picture, and I pull out my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so. I would say cheese, but you never smile.
He does, and he smiles. He does a really big smile. I don't think you've ever seen his teeth before. You see his teeth.
No, I haven't either. Like, what's his? I'm curious. Does he have cyber teeth? Like, what do we have right there? Just regular.
That's a good question. All right. So he has very pronounced like incisors or canines, whichever the sharp ones are.
Yeah, yeah.
And but yeah, they're very. He's very maintained with his teeth. He's very clean.
Huh.
Nice.
You should smile more. And I take that picture.
And
and then I hand him my phone. I was like, go get a picture of us.
You're not gonna be the one to do it.
We're gonna stay far apart until we have to be close to right now. Like,
cool. So Spring, you return. Where is Ta to intercept Spring? Are you like in the building, or are you hanging out in the yard waiting for her to show up? What's Ta's MO here?
I'd wait for her to be kind of like doing something, and then I'll go, "Hey, Spring, let me see what you got." And she'll turn around. I go, "Sneak attack, take a picture, and walk."
That works.
I
Well
like
played,
this
Todd. Well played,
I
Todd.
love this new talk.
So it's like this, like mouth open, like what?
You want to get
I
up on
look
the
at-
don't look like an idiot? No, it's cool too.
If you're okay with it, it's
I mean, probably should look professional in some way.
fine. And then he takes a good picture, walks away.
Cool. Yeah, and that hair probably has like in the moment is kind of like an orange. Just in that one moment is very orangey. Yeah. So you have a drop over on Highway 160. That's over in the Greenbelt. There's like an old walking trail, and over there's like this giant rock, but it's actually a lot lighter than it looks, and your passes are under that rock.
She did good. Can we get the coffin car?
Oh, let's see. Is the coffin car ready for y'all? I rolled a 1. Yes, the coffin car is ready.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, you have Major Laser's old coffin car. They've had a lot of time to work on this car now, so it no longer has Major Laser and his like tiny shorts and his spandex top as the only thing on the body of this car. You now have control over what the car projects, right? So it has like kind of a chameleon skin where it can, take different images or short videos and broadcast that over the entire skin of the car. There's no windows, right? So the doors are solid metal. And for you to see outside of the car, there's little cameras, and you can, while you're in it, you're watching monitors, you're looking 360 degrees around the car. But otherwise it's a steel box, right?
Okay. Did they have time to put secret compartments for as long as?
So what they had time to do was find the secret compartments that were already in there.
Awesome, cool. I'm putting all of my gear into those secret compartments just in case.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So where there would be a spare tire, this car is far too heavy to be jacked up with the spare tire. So in there's a different way to get into it than from the trunk. And you've got like your heavy armor jackets and all that kind of stuff in there.
Cool.
Yep. And then
cool.
The doors, probably in the baseboards, you could probably hide some guns and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like these are hermetically sealed, full steel or an alloy car. So it's like it can stop small arms and all kinds of stuff.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for rolling a 1, David.
Yeah, you got it.
Because I was like, I don't want to take motorcycles, and I'm not bringing my truck.
Yep.
Hey,
And I want to blend it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. Instead of cutting all that hair off, we put hair extensions in.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it. Do you cut your hair and then do extensions? So it's like a rip and you've got a whole different thing going on? No?
Yes.
No,
No, that sounds good.
Cool.
That hurts my
It's
head.
gonna hurt like a bitch, but
Oh
you know
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah. When
Down
you
for
need it, you
need
got
it,
it. All right.
Gonna bleed out the back of your
Sorry,
head,
Katrina.
but that's fine.
I'm sorry for your character.
It's only if we need it, dude.
Right.
Oh,
Let's hope we don't.
Yeah, so the extensions
Or
go down to
Frank.
like mid-back, but how far down do those extensions
Yeah,
go?
mid-back.
Okay.
Mid-back.
Cool.
We can style that in so many ways.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, so you're looking completely different. And you all have the coffin car, which is fantastic. And yeah, it took them, the longest thing was getting that stupid image of Major Laser off the front. Like that was like hard coded in there. Like
he spent the money.
yeah.
I'm glad that we now have that car at our.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Um,
guess.
I'll make sure to repack all my gear and make sure that we have a med kit in the car.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna go case this place.
Perfect.
Yes, and yes, it can be Lazlo.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Gavin, I support this.
Yeah. Yeah, so Taz alias today is Laszlo Marconi.
Mhm.
Maybe both of you put your aliases in the Discord chat too, just so I can kind of reference it during the game. Because this is kind of a heist, I would like to use the heist mechanics if you guys are okay with that.
Yes.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
Awesome.
100%.
Oh, where did I put
I had a name.
the cards?
They used to be in that box right behind you.
Yep. All right, so I'll need to find my playing cards. But be thinking about, y'all have the day, maybe 2, right? To case, ask people some questions, nab a guy, get access to something or another, like do what you want to do. But so be thinking about what your characters are going to do from those perspectives, what kind of skills you'd want them to apply, what kind of time and resources you'd want to spend on this. And that will help me when I find my deck of cards to build out the heist deck. So 2 seconds while I hunt around for cards.
Okay. I will take this moment to thank everybody that has donated. We are up to $300, so thank you guys. That's totally amazing. For those of us that are on the dab train, however, there was a donation for the anti-David Dab movement. So towards our actual dabbing goal, we only have $200.
What are we doing? Who started this anti-dabbing thing? Who is this traitor?
Not my husband, but also completely my husband.
Why?
So, woo, we found him. Sorry, I was thanking people for the donations. For
Oh,
up to
wow.
$300.
Holy smokes! Is my
And
little-
How do
also-
you spell Solomon?
is the thing updating? Is the
I don't know.
dashboard updating?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the site.
Let me. Woo! 300. Nice. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Now it's updating. All right. So everybody on the stream, just so you know what I'm doing here, I have over the years developed a heist mechanic based on a deck of cards, and the idea here is rather than let my players gather information and plot and scheme and do the whole heist plan over the course of 3 gaming sessions, which I've literally seen happen. Hell, I was a player in a game that did that. I just couldn't stop myself from planning things to death. Now instead, I'm going to let the players, the characters, kind of decide what skills and things they want to attach to this, and they're going to earn red cards, right? And that's going to be how much like goodwill they are giving themselves for this heist. The bad guys have security. They have their own intelligence networks. They have their own systems to keep people from breaking in and doing heists and that kind of thing. So they're going to get some amount of spoiler cards, right? And then I'm going to shuffle them all together, and we're going to come up with the thing. So let's see here. Catching up on the chat. Good stuff. Okay, yeah, so everybody's worried that I'm going to dab, which is great. Y'all should be afraid, because we're a third of the way there.
Kelly was actually, well, we're only $200 towards it.
Oh.
The Kelly was letting you know where the cards were.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No. I instead of grabbing the Nord Gaming cards, which are great, I almost grabbed the tarot deck, but I did find my standard bicycle cards, so that's really what I need. Um, so we're getting there. We're getting there. What I would like to do is set up the heist, go to break, and then do the heist. How do y'all feel about that?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you all find this building. It's it's like, I don't know, a couple 100 feet wide, couple 100 feet deep, right? It's not super big. And it really is like a little 2-story office building with a parking garage underneath. The street is too full for parking. There's not really a parking garage immediately nearby. So when you think about like where you would stash your stuff or this car, it's either going to be a ways away or you need a way to get your car into that parking garage kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, it's not the tallest building in the area by any stretch of the imagination. There's plenty of buildings nearby that are larger than it. I'm going to say across the street from it is a small park. One of those like city block turned into a park situations where you can see clear across that to a coffee shop and a church and that kind of thing. Just so you kind of get a sense for the neighborhood that you're in. I'm going to say 2 buildings down is a bank. The building immediately next to it is another office building that's probably 10 stories tall, kind of thing.
We're definitely gonna want to know what like that building actually is used for.
Right. Yeah. So it is it's called a like SMUD. Oh, what would be like a functionary building? Maybe like a like maybe it's like the accounting office or something like that. It's like one of those like spin-offs of the total organization, and just some group needed their own place to do things. No customers go in there, so it's not like people go there to pay their bill, which, remember, the big signs always say, pay your bill on time, do automatic payments, all that kind of stuff. So they're really encouraging people pay their bill here in Sacramento. This is a low level back end processing. It's like a bean counter office, basically.
Okay.
Let's say it normally does. Maybe it does like agricultural futures or something like that as part of their like weather planning and tracking and all of that kind of stuff. So it's like a really really like really dweeby office. It's not really, it doesn't really do anything super interesting.
Okay.
Let's see.
I think I want to pinpoint. Also, by the way, car ride, being in that car, so much tension.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You cut it with a knife. There's so much.
Do y'all like just not talk on the way over kind of thing?
Ta would actually be talking a lot. Ta would be like just completely random things, random thoughts. Oh, that's a really cool tree. Do you know that's an acacia tree? And like just kind of just talking just constantly.
Just to fill the air with something. Would
Fill the air with something, or because Todd's taking on this new personality?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Would you guys be okay with a couple of spoiler cards because your like team dynamic is so rocky? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
At least it is for me and Vinton. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's some things that go unspoken that probably should have been said or what have you, because the team dynamic is not quite so in lockstep today, which is great. I think that's fun.
I want to kind of like just watch the comings and goings of some people for a while, and I kind of want to pick out like one from the herd that I can maybe get their badge or
yeah.
Seems like they'd easily part with
Let's do like human perception. What's your human perception?
Human perception is 0.
Okay. What about your just straight perception?
It's a 3.
Okay. So you do some casing, that kind of thing. Do you have bribery?
Yes,
What's your bribery?
2.
Cool. Yeah.
And my cool is 8.
Nice. Yeah. So you got some points towards casing the people who are coming in and out, and finagling your way to get access to a badge, so you could at the very least do a tech scan of the badge to understand how it works, or maybe even get the full badge, but you used your bribery to get that.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
So being in heists in my past life and actually playing heists here, I would probably be looking for the building for like multiple exits or some weak points or some kind of like real like easy focus points for us to be like, okay, this is where we need to exit. These are a couple exits, and this is.
Yeah. So even though it's a BS functory office, it does kind of follow the normal SMUD security, which is, security entrance on the front door. Around back is the parking garage entrance. There are security gates for both of those, and some kind of security guard present in both of those entrances. There is probably a roof access, but you would imagine that would be monitored by with cameras or sensors or something along those lines. So it's not like Fort Knox or anything like that, but it is a like monitored building with security present, and there's not like an easy side door that isn't in line of sight of a camera. Just to kind of point that out.
What I would want to do is I'd also want to find someone that I could lean on, but more of an interrogate. I want a little more kind of like give me this kind of information.
Yeah, sure. So you would imagine that Ta would corner a guy, lean on him, maybe ask some like pointed questions to knock them off balance and that kind of thing to pump them for a bunch of information. Would this be an employee of that building, someone who's very familiar with the building, or would it be a different sort of person?
I would want it to be an employee of like schedules, who's where.
Sure, office manager
where do
type.
people take their smoke breaks? Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So receptionist, office manager type. Give me, what's your interrogation skill?
2.
Okay, perfect. What other stuff would y'all think your characters would apply towards this? Remember, you have like maybe 24 hours to do all of your scouting and planning and all that kind of stuff.
I would see if we could get access to the cameras from Spark, and also see if she has found any more information on that World Cravers game, to see if we can backtrack that name, the Shaper, to anyone that might, and like run it against data.
Yep.
Like,
so
maybe we can bring her out here to like kind of try to do a hit or something.
Yeah. So
somebody.
I'm gonna give you 5 for Sparks just help, right? She has her own camera that she set up. She's giving you guys access to that camera feed and the past recordings that she's had going for the last like 18 hours or so. And she is doing her own research and feeding you all. So you get some random helpy bits from Sparks and her efforts.
Okay.
And
then,
real quick, Ta, I want to get to the heart of one of the things you asked earlier about casing the building itself. Go ahead and give me, what's your perception? What's Ta's perception as 3? Okay. And you all have talked about following a couple of people and bribing them or interrogating them, that kind of thing. Do any of y'all have tracking?
I do.
Okay, Ta, what's your tracking?
1.
1. Okay, fair enough. But still,
At least we have it.
Yeah, still. So yeah, it's about getting people in the right position, right? So they can't get to help quickly or easily, and then through bribery or interrogation, you are kind of keeping them from blowing the lid on this whole thing. So yeah, the tracking definitely helps.
I would actually like to spend time driving the neighborhood,
Okay.
seeing, like trying to find the easiest way to get back to the freeway, because I'm guessing this is not on the freeway, right?
No, yeah, it's
So
in the middle of
yeah,
a
it's in the
yeah.
and I want to find the easiest path to get back to there that also does not put us in choke points,
Sure,
like roadblocks, just in case things go super sideways and we need to make a quick exit.
sure. So let's see here. You get what is your vehicle Zen?
5.
5. Okay. So yeah, you in terms of like being a wheelman and kind of knowing intuitively the world and the way the highways work. So it's not just about like which road is the quickest or best or whatever. It's also about understanding intuitively how traffic patterns unfold at different times of day and knowing that, well, actually I need to be taking side streets during this hour or main streets during the next hour and having all that kind of mapped out. And that'll be your vehicles then.
And one last thing.
Yep.
I want to find somebody who could give us a program to interpret like a high level SMUD car, because you said this thing can like project things, so maybe that coupled with whatever Spring gets us to get us into the parking building, that can help also.
Yeah. So, how would you like to get that program? Would you like to pay for the program? Would you like to, yeah, how would, because definitely you could get something like that to help make the car look official SMUD. But how do you think Vinton would go about getting that?
I think he would go about paying for it, but he wants to try to keep the cost a little bit down.
Sure.
So he would also either use persuade or just conversation. Try to be friendly with
Sure.
the person.
What's your
try to
conversation?
find that.
Yeah.
4.
4. Okay. Perfect.
You know,
Yeah. So you get
persuasion's 4 also. So it's like.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like one, the car looks like it, but also you've got to get the plates to look like it too. So there was a bit of finagling and being, the guy or crew that does this work for you. There's a risk, and so you have to kind of become their friend a little bit for them to be willing to take on the risk of impersonating a SMUD plate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe like I won it in a bet playing cards with him that night.
Sure.
Sure. On the tech side of things, I think I want to be like generic in to say I want to have tech available to me, like my MacGyver stuff, when I need it. Like, so if I can roll now to put my cards in there and then say I have MacGyver stuff to do this thing.
Right. Yeah. You've got all the tools and the spare parts and the things to like jimmy this or do that or combine these things to do a thing. What is your basic tech and what is your kit bashing?
My basic tech is 7. My kit bashing is 5, and I have a tech of 10.
Okay, so
22 altogether.
Yeah. Okay, so we have kind of like the last heist. We have filled up the deck. So I'm gonna cut this guy in half real quick, and each of these are worth 2 now.
Good, guys.
Yep, that's good.
For as tension-riddled as this team is, we're doing really good today, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
we
not
are
kidding.
effective at what we do. We may not like each other.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing is you all are really good at the techie type stuff and the B&E type stuff. Like you're a B&E crew, so you should have a lot of skill there. And then I still have a couple of extra cards to bring over because of your tech and kit bashing efforts. So yeah, good stuff there.
I did.
I think Todd was going to kind of do the same thing.
Sorry. Yep.
Right, Gavin?
Yeah. I did have one kind of invention.
Okay.
And tell me if this is allowed. So I wanted to kind of add another strobe. So 2 inventions. I wanted to do my strobe again, to have like another strobe. So like maybe disrupt cameras or something like that, or disrupt someone's like vision.
Sure.
And then I also wanted like a little
Oh, like a
device that would
cybernetic jam up or something like that.
no, just someone's eyes
Oh,
or
oh, normal
camera.
bio eyes.
Just as
Okay, yeah,
like it blinds them so much that it just like discombobulates the camera or like burns them
sure.
or something. And then my other one was either going to be like a sound muter, so it like kind of does the opposite, like does what headphones do, just on a larger scale, or it's just like a really high pitched noise that's like
Oh yeah.
if need be.
Yeah, so some kind of noisemaker would be the simplest thing for Ta to put together. So yeah, I'm fine with Ta. You spend a majority of your time kind of making some objects like that,
Okay.
some
Yeah.
strobes and some some kind of like it's one of those tones that's like barely outside of human hearing but should be picked up by microphones kind of thing.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't know 19,000 hertz, right? So it's like most adult people don't hear that tone anymore, but all the microphones should be picking it up, and that should be overwhelming the mic.
Cool.
Okay, and then what's Ta's basic tech?
My basic is 4 and my kit bastion is 5.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so good stuff.
I did have one more thing I would like to try to.
Yeah.
I want to try to, unless we've got enough to actually know who the guy is at this point. Like we have an idea. Do we have enough for that?
Well, yeah. So that's going to come in her help to you. I won't give that to you just yet. But
Okay.
when the heist is going on, there will be at some point we got to identify the guy, or I got to know what to call him, or I got to do whatever that thing is. Then we'll draw some cards.
Okay. Then this might give it a little more favor to us. I want to go to like any of the internet places around.
Okay.
And kind of talk about that game with some of the kids. Yeah, I'm a little older. Make up a story, say my son got interested in this, and
Yeah.
who's the who's in this game that my son needs to be aware of.
Yeah. So you go and try and drop his name, the Shaper, to a couple of these places, and none of these kids in these land bars have heard of him.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you, when y'all either bribe or interrogate the employee, one of them has heard of the Shaper.
I was gonna say I got 3 in interrogation.
Right. Okay. So cool. Yeah, you had helped with the interrogation then. And during that period, you find out that the Shaper is someone on the SMUD gaming network. They have their own internal gaming network, and there's this like galactic world building game that's super interesting, and you can like make your own solar systems and make your own cities and all this kind of stuff. It's very big picture and tiny picture all in one game. And there's this personality in there called the Shaper, that nobody's met, but what they create is some of the most brilliant, some of the most interesting things they've ever seen.
Can we go on break real quick?
Yeah, so I'm done making the thing. So I'm done making the cards. Folks who are at home, we're gonna do a quick break and come back and do the heist itself. We're gonna unfurl all the efforts that they've done encasing this joint and interrogating people and all those things. What I would like to do is let's go ahead and give away a copy of Legend Keeper. We're gonna do the word today is heist. So if you'd like your own beta access to Legend Keeper, toss heist into the chat. And of course, be thinking about the charity we're doing at the top here for the Bail Project. If you have any spare funds you'd like to contribute to that, we're going to toss a link, or actually there's a link just above the heist in the Twitch chat. So folks that are watching on YouTube, you should move over to Twitch in order to put in for the beta key of Legend Keeper. And it's like a world building tool. You can do like a Google Maps thing with a wiki and give permission to your players to add their own content and all kinds of cool stuff. It's not like Roll20 that's all about rolling dice. It's like, let's track our game and the campaign and all that stuff. It's like a cool, totally different thing. and super awesome. So heist into Twitch chat in order to be entered in to win. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Does that work, Katrina and Ta? Okay. So yeah, it's 9:30 my time, so we'll be back at 9:40 and Eastern or whatever your local time is. And yeah, we'll get on with this heist and see how it go. Be right back. All right. And we're back. Hey, everybody. Okay, cool. So, y'all gave me... Ooh, I'll have to shuffle again. Y'all gave me... Yeah. Y'all gave me a bunch of things your characters did for, a day or so. Tom made some stuff. You all did some investigative stuff, some grabbing people and asking them questions or doing bribery and that kind of thing to get a leg up on stuff. You have some contributions from Sparks. She has helped out on some level. And you've got a deck of cards that we're going to play through here. This is really like a deck building game that I've added in as a heist mechanic. And the idea is that you all have stacked your deck with all the things your characters have been busy with doing for the last day or hours or however long. And the bad guys have their own kind of passive security and that sort of thing, kind of helping them out. So I'm going to bring us to the place. Where do y'all want to start the heist? You had mentioned wanting to get the car to chameleon up and look like a SMUD official vehicle, some sort of just company car. with a company plate and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to start do you want to start the heist in the car park, or do you want to start the heist somewhere else?
What do you?
I
like,
think that we should dress up like professionals,
Okay.
potentially, and get the car into the car and have the car in the car park.
Yep.
Under like the guise of we're professionals coming to like check things out or some shit.
Sure, you have a meeting or what have you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, well then let's go to the car park. So,
Do we want to act like we're bodyguards for one of us, or like we're just all partners, or
If I'm a bodyguard, what would they let me get away? If I'm like Spring's personal bodyguard, like could I show up in like a professional dress shirt and stuff with like a light armor jacket over, or like my Kevlars? Because I think I have like almost one of every set.
right. So corporate security in this game are either really high end, so they are armored, but they don't look like they're armored,
Okay.
or really kind of like low end, where they have like Kevlar, but it's super obvious that they have Kevlar, right?
Okay.
The building security is probably all sporting Kevlar.
All right, so I'll do Kevlar instead of drawing more attention to us showing up as a fully armored tank man.
Cool. Excellent. So yeah, you guys are in the car park.
so I think we look like business professionals, Dave.
Sure. So Ta and Spring both look like business professionals. Is that accurate?
Spring for sure. Ta, I don't.
Tal can only hide so much. He doesn't want to get rid of his Kevlar.
I mean, it could be two bodyguards.
Okay.
Is that important?
Oh, Vinton, you're giant.
I mean, we're showing up in a pretty nice car. Like we could play.
Yeah, I'd say let's play two bodyguards and one
Sorry.
talker, maybe.
Okay.
This is Heather planning with Casey and Gavin.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that sounds
So
like,
you have a really low empathy though, right?
Yes, but I have a very
which is
high
perfect in
cool.
corporate. Which is perfect in the corporate world. You don't have
No, but
corporate.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to, you could also be like, oh, Solomon, please talk to them for me. You know, just like
Yeah, for sure.
have like your bodyguard talk for you because you're just so done with it.
Yeah, there's many ways that we could play that.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I could be your technical advisor.
Yes, fantastic.
And just to make sure,
Hey.
all three of you are coming out of the car together. There's not like one of you is hidden someplace that I'm not aware of just yet, and all that kind of stuff. That's another
Mhm.
kind of change
And
to
I
the
think
cards here. Okay.
We're all together.
All right. So you all get your car through the security gate down here. Are you seeing this?
I see black. I see a big black square.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh, really? Okay. I bet the
Fog of
fog of
War.
war is on. Let's reveal areas. How about that? Let me zoom out just a little bit. Sorry to bring y'all in on
There
a
we
totally
go.
black square.
It's all good?
Okay.
Fog of War is a thing?
Do you see?
Yes, we see the whole
Okay. Do you see yourselves? Can you control your own tokens?
yes.
I may have made a mistake. Hold on.
Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, it's all good. So I'm going to say your car is right here in spot 33.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's draw some cards to see how smooth the entrance was. This is disguising your car, getting through the gate, and all of that stuff without any kind of wrinkles. All reds.
Well,
Good job.
Oh,
Good job.
nice.
So, through a little bit of Sparks's help, she was able to, give y'all some good passes or something like that to get into this office building through the disguise shop that tweaked your car to make it look like the right kind of car, that kind of thing. All of those things played into you all getting this security gate down here opened and able to drive around until you got to your spot 33, which is a SMUD parking, but a building guest parking spot. And you've got these 3 in the middle are all VIP parking spots. You have 3 VIPs present in the building.
Gotcha.
And you've got these 2 security guards that are kind of in here through a security door. They can look out through that door. They can look out through the glass. And they've got like little terminals in front of them watching a bunch of cameras.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's look like we own this joint and find the elevator up.
Yeah, this map, silly enough, does not have an elevator up. So I'm going to say the elevator is up here at the top.
Huh. Easy peasy then.
Yep. Start walking that way.
Yep.
I have a big, obnoxious purse with me,
Sweet.
by the way.
Love it.
Like, the biggest, obnoxiousest.
The most in charge mega purse ever.
Businesswoman mega purse, yes.
Yes. Perfect. Love it. And Spring, I'm assuming that Spring is in the middle because you are the VIP and you're flanked by your 2 bodyguards.
Yes. Makes sense to me.
Real quick question for the bodyguards. Do you all look like SMUD bodyguards or do you look like personal bodyguards to this person?
I'll look personal.
Okay.
You can look smart if you wanted.
I would have, like, you know how, like, they have those military patches? I'm sure somehow we got a hold of, like, a SMUD one that's...
Yep.
Chest.
Yep. Cool.
So, yeah, I would go with that.
I just want to kind of get a lay of the land. Like, what's that picture look like? Good stuff. So y'all get to the elevator. There is a, card swipe and key code entry to get the elevator summoned to you.
I'd say that we pulled a card off of... I lifted a card off of that dude that I was talking to.
Yep. So you got the right card. There is a key code that you need to know. So there's a question of, do you all have the right stuff to get through it here? And you have a small wrinkle. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have the card. Beep, that works. The key code that you know, though, has already expired for this guy. So there's no alerts just yet. It's wrong code. No big deal. You've got 2 more tries.
Do you have who has vision things?
I do.
I
have
have
thermo.
low light.
Can
I do have thermo, yeah.
we somehow use... I'm reaching, Dave. I know I'm reaching.
Sure.
Could we somehow use Therma to see what was last pressed? Like, I don't know, because we were the last ones to press it. But, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know that each employee has their own code. And then that code seems to have cycled out for this person. This is pretty common corporate stuff. Your code lasts a day or an hour or whatever it is. And you had the code when you came down here, fully trusting that code was still going to work, and it just didn't. No alerts have gone off just yet. You still have 2 more tries.
Is there a camera in this elevator?
There are, you kind of look around, there are some cameras in this garage. There's one way over here that gets kind of a side view towards you all. And then there's one over here that gets the back of you all. But there's not one like on the elevator looking at you in the face.
Let's first try a second code.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll just do 1 card. Okay, so you knew his primary code, and you shook him down a little bit harder, did a little bit deeper interrogation, and found out that he does have a one-time use emergency code that you were able to get in and use that. So you know that code is burned for the rest of the op, but you were able to get in through the elevator.
Okay.
In the elevator, you have 2 options. You have the ground floor and you have the second floor.
Question, Casey, did you tell us everything Sparks told you?
Yeah, I would have eventually. Yeah, I would have said. I would have told him about the gaming thing. I would tell him about how there's like a gaming, like this guy makes gaming stuff. I would tell him about the Shaper, and seems like he has something to do with it.
Was
Mainly
Sparks given like information on where this person may be within here?
Do you all want to draw some cards to see if you know exactly where to go in the building?
I'll leave that up to the group. I was asking if Sparks had already told us that.
Right, she
Like,
did
had,
not.
like, way-
yeah,
okay.
yeah, she did not. So this is Sparks did some digging. You all did some digging, and it's possible that you came into this op knowing exactly where the person is or what they look like or what have you. So if you want to have that knowledge right now, let me know and I can draw some cards for you.
I think we're in that kind of juncture. Personally, I think that
I
this
agree.
is where
I
we
think it'd
probably.
be better than just
Yeah.
wasting time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So 2 cards to know exactly where this person is.
please.
All right. So
That's
you know that they're on the 2nd floor and you have an office number for where this person is.
Okay.
we can BS our way through that. We can figure it out.
Yeah, we can. So there's the 1st floor and the 2nd floor?
There's a ground floor that's directly above you, and you know this person to be 1 floor up above that. And the elevator will let you go to either one.
Let's go up to the... Do we play this straight and like go through the receptionist, or do we go like we own this place?
We go like we own this place.
Yeah.
We own
if you're,
this
if
place.
you're,
Ben,
if you're a
Ben,
corp, yeah,
Ben
we own
will
this
look
place.
at you like, you got enough of our fuck off purse there. I've seen that you can power move.
We can do
Like
that.
and it's like
Let's do
we
it.
can get,
All right, y'all move to the 2nd floor.
Look at the maps.
Yeah, them
Where'd
maps.
you get these maps?
I know, right? I'll have to go back and find where I got them from. We tossed Ta and Spring and Vinton. I think you're gonna be Giant again. Yeah, who's Giant?
hey,
Hey, it's Vinton.
because I'm a larger than life individual.
That's right.
Woohoo.
So elevators down here. Oh, let me get. I think whenever I add you all to it, it like.
We lose control of our characters.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm bad. I'm bad with Roll20. I don't know how to fix that. But here we go. Get you all in here. You all come out of the 2nd elevator. Ding. When you step into, or when you open up into here, you can tell. Let me move you, Tar, real quick. You can see just as soon as the door opens, there is a security officer here in this hallway, and on either side of the elevators are security doors where there are presumably more officers. Those doors have the little frosted glass panel, so you can like see when someone's at the door, but you can't see through the door, kind of thing. And you can see this slightly wider door right here that has nice big open windows, or windows you can see through into a really nice office area.
Okay. Can we tell what office numbers there are and where we're...
Yeah, so the office number that you have to go and get this person is office L206,
Okay.
which you're pretty sure is along this back wall, this back wall over here.
Okay.
All of those offices somewhere over there.
I say to our SMUD agent, office L205, so we can start the audit process.
Yep.
Cool. He says, yeah, it's right through here. Can I see your company ID?
I'm not with SMUD.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should have a visitor badge.
I was sent on a job from the audit firm. I was not given a badge. I need to reach this office. Thank you.
He's asking. He says, it shouldn't be a big deal. Go down to receptionist. give them your ID, and they'll be able to get you a visitor badge.
I'll
What color
look
was
to
that?
Ta.
Say again, Ta.
What color was the card?
Oh, it was a black card. This guy is challenging you
Okay.
all because you
Yeah.
had a black card going into the situation.
So Todd probably has some sort of like clipboard or something that looks like he,
Yeah.
and he looks at it and he'll lean over to Spring and kind of whisper in her ear and like, what should do what I'm doing, and then kind of like look back like I said something a little scandalous,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I'll look at her.
I actually didn't hear what you said.
Oh, sorry, I did whisper into a mic. Yeah, and I said I don't know what I'm doing. Just make it look like I said something scandalous.
She'll just like roll her eyes like this is a complete waste of time. Laszlo, was that the
Yeah, Laszlo is his name.
Yeah.
Laszlo, okay.
Marconi.
Marconi.
I do have a question, David.
Yes.
Is there a way that if I come and walk up with him, talk to him because I'm in it, can we have another card to try to just get through there?
Yeah, so the way I'm kind of seeing this is either you roll the deck and have something that gets you through this situation, or you use your skills, right? Of like power of persuasion or bribery or whatever to get past this guy. So this is where you all either use your forethought and planning because you knew there was a security guard here and you know something about him or them, so you can get through this and we can go through the deck, or just straight up, hey, I'm going to go up and do this thing with my normal character skills to get through the situation.
I say, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say, out of character, why don't you and I go up and I'll start looking a little frantic. Like maybe I'll somehow actually be sweating and I'll be like, hey man, can you talk to him? I can't go through this again. She's really hard to deal with. Like I'll make it loud enough for the security guard to hear, but not for the person. And I'm like, please, man, you gotta help me out. Something like
I
that.
like pull out a agent, and I'm like I'm waiting for them to fix this.
Right. Sure.
While she's doing, I'm gonna walk up to the security guard and be like, hey, this is above your. It has to something. What happened a couple days ago? We just need to get in there and check his files, make sure that he has nothing to do with what happened a couple days ago, meaning the bombing. And I want to use persuasion to see if he let me in.
Cool. Do your persuasion.
Can I give like a help point or something where like I'll like look frantic over at the guy and kind of like do like a prayer hands or something out?
Yeah. Let's see here. For Ta, for you to assist, there's really no assist rules yet in Cyberpunk Red, but feel free to go ahead and add. Like you roll persuasion plus cool.
Okay.
And then Vincent do the same thing, persuasion plus cool.
Can I just be cool?
You're just cool.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're just part of the scene. Absolutely.
The situation. Yeah.
Absolutely. Versus this guy's human empathy. What was your roll?
16.
16. Nice. Okay, Ta, what was your roll?
I got a 12.
Okay, gotcha. So 12 is like a normal success in this game, frankly, because like it's just a D10. So yeah, you're all good. You don't foul this up, but Vincent, you kind of walk up to this guy. You read that his name is Erickson, and you kind of strike up a quick conversation with him. Let him know there's some urgency here. And he's free to go and check the records, but they got to get this going right now because there's someone under suspicion, and this is, frankly, slowing this down would be bad on his career, right?
Right.
And you see him kind of sweat it a little bit. Maybe he's got some marks against him already or something like that. And he says, "All right, well, just make sure when you come back through, you get a visitor badge, all right?" And he keys the door and it opens up.
Cool.
And y'all are through.
And I'll be like, hey man, if you're ever down in the slums, look me up, man. We play cards. You did me a solid here. She is a tyrant.
And then you'll see Ta like nodding over very enthusiastically.
Awesome. So Ta,
as soon as that door opened, I'm sorry, like as soon as that door opened, Spring was moving. Like, fuck this. Like, she's in front of this and in charge.
Perfect. Love it. So, so you will move into this kind of narrow hallway. On one side, on the right-hand side, is a glass, full floor-to-ceiling glass, thick glass view into a nice boardroom. And then on the other side is also floor-to-ceiling glass into a server room. And you can hear feel the slight rumbling of the floor from the server room. And, these racks are, clearly full of a lot of compute. You can see the air conditioner pipes bringing in tons of cool air to keep this room at normal temperatures. Right? There's apparently a lot of heat in here, a lot of compute going on in here. And as the techs, the two of you would immediately recognize that there's a ton of tech in here. And you know that because there's so much effort put towards the air conditioning in this room. So these servers are kicking off a lot of ambient heat whenever they're up and running.
There'll be a quick note like over her shoulder for like clipboard boy. We'll need to check the servers. And then just like
Of course.
Onward.
And the doors shuts behind you. Cool. So yeah, you move on in. There are bathrooms to the left and right. After that, there's men and women's. Just after that, and then you all come into this hallway, and it is a largish hallway with a bunch of random faces that I'm just going to throw in here. Of maybe people we've seen in past games that are not representative. I'm just grabbing faces out of my pre-uploaded deck here.
I know the feels.
Yep. So pay no mind if you recognize a face. That does not matter. There's this techie kid here, and on the other end of the hall is this other techie kid coming out of this office.
Let's go straight for the money.
Okay. Yeah, so you check these doors. This is the office you're supposed to go to.
Let's do that.
Okay, perfect. You go there, and sitting behind that desk is... Where's my guy? Nope. Here we go. This fucking face. You've got this kind of serious looking, obviously a manager type who's like nose deep into some problem that he is solving. You all know that your person that you're looking for should not be at a desk. You should be seeing them in some kind of like, frankly, one of the brain dance pods.
Okay.
So like you do know that about the person you're looking for. So when you open this door and you see this guy at the desk, like probably part of Spring's stomach drops as I was expecting a pod with a person in it. And here is a full-grown adult male sitting in this room, like working on something. He kind of looks up at you and goes, "What do you want?"
This is the wrong room.
Okay.
And so
then
the technical advisor.
I keep forgetting the name. Spring does not, because she's
right, yeah.
Marconi, and I will close and slam that door.
Awesome.
Like just as annoyed as the dude that looked at me.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you see this guy go into this office.
Is Marconi still in there, or did we close the door and everyone's out of there?
I closed the door and everyone's out of there. Like we're still in the hallway.
Okay.
Yep.
Like fuck this guy. I don't care about this guy.
Yep. Right.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, I just hit something that unplugged my light.
Oh.
I think I would open up the door after because I'm sure you're just gonna keep it rolling. I'd be like, I apologize. She's a little high strung today, and I close the door.
He's okay, and he's working.
Yep.
See into these rooms?
You see
before we open doors?
Yeah, you see this woman step out of this office right here, and looks like she's making her way towards you all.
Take care of it. I
Which
say
one are you
to
talking to?
you.
All right.
I
both
think
go out there.
Marconi and I are going to keep moving because I think we want to get into that server room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I make my way over.
So I'm gonna say that Ta and Spring, you both kind of round this corner, and this woman is kind of walking towards you, Vinton, as you're coming up. She looks to be looking past you. As she's like intending to walk by you. Does Vinton do anything?
I put my hand up like, excuse me, ma'am, I got a few questions for you.
She pauses. Yes. Who are you? Can it wait?
Not really, ma'am. There's to be a possible security breach, and I would like to just discuss a couple things with you.
She kind of looks you over. Security breach. Let's see if your SMUD outfit passes muster. Hey, look at that!
Yeah!
Look at that! Look at that! So yeah, she looks at you and goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, I guess come into my office."
Appreciate you.
Okay, so she goes into her office and you follow?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I love the heist mechanic.
Yeah, this is fun. Good tension. So yeah, she goes in and sits behind her desk. She's got these like 3 monitors up, and she says, "I'm Ann Wool. And what's going on?"
It might be.
You're breaking up, Vincent. I'm sorry.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. There we go. It seems like a couple days ago we had a breach down at the one of our local. I'm trying to think of he would know the words like the brain dance thing,
Sure.
one of our outfits, that type of thing. And it seems that there might be that somebody might have gave the terrorist a potential in.
Oh. She kind of leans in. She goes, Erickson's always been a little shifty. If y'all are here for Erickson, then I would start
Who's
there.
Erickson? Is that Erickson?
Guard you just talked to.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Actually, man, we think he's it's more on the tech side of things.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. The two of you begin a conversation, right? I want to zip over to the other people, but we'll do a conversation roll to kind of figure out what you gain out of that room in a second.
Gotcha.
So Spring and Ta, you round this corner, and you've got in this hallway, you see the double doors leading into the server room. And both of you give me perception checks. So perception plus intelligence.
Oh man, rolled a 1. Hold on. Oh, but I only rolled a 1, so I just get a 3, 9, minus, so 11.
10.
You got a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ta, what did you get?
11.
11. Okay, cool.
I rolled 2 1s.
No, well, that's good. But yeah, you both round this corner, and it looks like a dull office building. There's really nothing of note down this hallway. You can tell there's like a little keypad here, the little like card swipe and keypad thing on this door, and you notice that the other 3 offices here all have that same kind of keypad, card swipe and keypad to enter any of these other three offices on this hall.
Can we see into those rooms?
No, you cannot.
Let's. Can I see into that first room where I'm at right now?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. You kind of saw this guy go into that office, and I'll say that like his door is actually a little cracked, so you can kind of spy into that office just a little bit. Normally, all the doors don't have windows on them. Like the office doors are these like wooden doors that don't have windows normally. So the only reason why you can see into this office right now is because he hasn't fully shut the door.
Okay. I will push that door open and walk in like I own it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, he's working at something.
I forgot that I can move my character.
Totally.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
He doesn't look up. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh. Yes. Who are you?
I am looking for a gentleman or a lady that had to do with the terrorist organization that happened.
Yeah.
I am here to audit processes and talk to them. Could you direct me to them? This is a mess.
Oh. Well, are we being audited?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And you see him like go and start like opening a chat window and start keying a thing into his.
I look at Todd, like make a note.
Yeah. Marconi will stop him and say, "We want to make sure that the people we talk to are the people that we want to have heard."
Oh.
Kind of.
Yeah, give me like a persuade or a conversation, something to interrupt this guy from like telling his coworkers, "Oh my God, we're being audited."
I can do the role if you want to assist me, Todd.
Sweet.
I think I have the higher persuading cool.
I mean, I have a cool of 6 and a persuasion of, and I rolled a 5, so I have that.
I have a cool of 8 and a persuasion of 2. So.
Okay, yeah, you do it, and I'll assist with my 13.
Is a 10.
Oh.
That was a second 10.
Nice.
Oh.
So 20 on the die.
Yeah, and then
cool.
10 points in persuade.
Awesome.
And
cool.
With cool. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. All right. So this guy is compliant. Yeah. The chat is right. The tyrant has spoken.
I pack a lot of
persuasion in sparing. Yeah. He stops and like folds up his hands and like holds them close to his chest, as whatever you did to get him to stop was very abrupt and sharp. And he kind of swivels his chair and gives you his full attention and says, "Okay, yeah, okay. So, how can I help?"
You can take me to the person that we need to question.
Who is that?
I would told you he goes by the name. I would have. That would be the only thing we have on him, and he's part of the gaming network here.
Oh, the Shaper, his handle or whatever.
I use a card to like have
no
the
more.
Right, have the right, like, because the word's not even coming to me,
right?
Like, because I don't call him a prisoner, but like
person of interest, or like
that would be more of what I want to say. Like,
sure.
I don't want to say his name because I don't I mean, but
Yeah. So you give him an innocuous designation for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
But what this guy needs to know is who it is that you want to talk to. He's like, I understand that it's a person of interest or whatever, but like, he's happy to take you to anybody at this point. He just needs to know who to take you to.
The best I know is I was told that he brain dances. There's a pod.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Don't hold back now.
sure. He kind of leans and is like, I've never seen him. Okay,
Where
but
do they keep him?
I know he's at the end of the hall. Well, not the last office, but the one right before that.
Okay, come along.
He kind of pushes his chair back and like gets up and like he it looks like he's being marched to the gallows, right? Vincent, let's cut back to you. You're in here with this person. Let's name her.
Maylin.
Maylin. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you are speaking with Maylin. Let me give Maylin and do a nameplate. Okay. So you're speaking with Maylin. Give me your. Oh, thank you, chat. I will change all that. Vincent, give me your conversation.
Oh, nice. I got a 9 in empathy.
Nice.
About time I use it.
Yeah.
Ain't been using it with spring, that's for sure.
Awesome. I got 13 before I even. So.
Yeah, let's roll it out. Let's see how you do.
Don't roll a 1. That's the famous last words, right?
Right. YOLO. Yeah.
Woo!
All right. Cool.
Came real close.
Yeah. So you struck up a good conversation with this lady. You got a nice roll there. What is it that Vinton is trying to get from Maylin?
I would definitely bring up that we were brought here with the standing individual. Works within a pod. That he helps develop the game, the world. What was the word? What we call the game?
Oh, like World Crafters or something like that.
World Crafters.
Yeah.
And I need to know where he is located, and I need this to be as quiet as possible. We don't want to alert him.
Sure. She says, I don't think anybody in here really plays a lot of games, but you mentioned someone in a pod, and there is an office that is rumored to have a pod in it. I frankly have never been in it, but it's over on the other end of the office, kind of close to the server room.
Okay.
Frankly, that's not my department. It's a completely different department that runs that office.
Holds the hostages. Yeah. Completely different department that holds hostages. Yep.
What kind of? I would ask like who's in control of that. No, never mind. Actually, no. Would they be compartmentalized? Is this that type of government that would be compartmentalized like that?
Do you want to know that?
Guys, do we want to know that?
Sure.
Okay.
Not.
All right.
Yeah,
I'd rather you fuck up a card.
Yeah.
I'd rather you fuck up a card here than like when we're trying to escape.
Right. Yeah. So, So yeah, that this place is, that SMUD is pretty compartmentalized, and that you've heard that there are detachments within SMUD that even other SMUD people don't know about, right? Like, in Star Trek, like, what was it, like Branch 13 or something like that? It's stuff like that is
31.
31. Thank you. That's in this city that is like, oh, we don't want to talk about that, right? And so you don't know if they have representation in this building, but Vinton would know how to like hint at that and get some kind of reaction from her.
Gotcha. That's what I want to see if we're dealing with one of the
Sure.
type kind of
Yeah. Let's call them the gray lines.
gray lines.
Yeah. And this is like an old like utility thing. Anyways, so they call them the gray lines. And you kind of beat around the bush on that one a little bit, and you get the impression that like she's like she doesn't want to say yes, but the answer is yes. That office is run by the gray lines. Just through that conversation that you all have and the way that unfolds, she tips that it is. She never admits it, right? So you don't like have her saying this is definitively the thing, but just through power of conversation, you've gotten her to kind of admit that that's a black office. That there's like, you know, that she has no visibility into that place, and kind of, you know, maybe nobody else here does, because that's like a spook room, and you don't mess with that one, kind of thing.
I will tell her thank you, that she has been terrifically helpful, and that I would ask her for her safety to, one, not say anything, and two, stay in her office.
She kind of leans in. She goes, I still need to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
I
well,
knew
I'll
that was
escort
the
you.
initial.
I was like,
Knew
why
it.
you gotta do it to me? I was like, oh, well, be quick about it, ma'am. And I leave.
Of course.
And I had to
Give me a persuasion roll.
I know that stare, like.
Yep. I'm looking past people like, why are you in my way?
And it's also that don't make eye contact.
Right.
If you make eye contact, you have to stop and have a conversation.
Right.
The corporate world.
Yep.
Dave and I know.
18.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so you take off. She is off the board. And yeah, you're good to go. So,
All right.
so yeah, this person here, let's call him Derek. Good nameplate. So Derek here is going to take you down this hallway to this office here, and says, this is their office. This is where the pod, the brain dance thing is.
All right, let me in.
I can't. I don't have access to that room.
Again, it's like I'm going to kill my assistant. So it's another look to Ta, like it's a look of, can you believe this ant is doing this?
Yeah, and then verbally, you give me like a look, but I'll say, of course, and then I'll go over and like, come on, like any, like, give me your security code, anything. Like, I need to give her something, or she's gonna flip out, and neither of us want that. Please, any.
Oh, man,
give me your persuasion there, Ta, as you're like trying to work this guy into giving you his card and code to hit this door.
I was that assistant, just FYI.
Oh yeah.
I lived that assistant life for like 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got another 13. Keep getting 13.
Okay. So yeah, he says, he kind of leans and is like, I'd love to help you. I can't. Do you want me to go get the security guys? They can probably let you in.
Oh no, that's gonna make things so much worse. We don't want to make it less. Is there anything you can tell me to do that if we move, that's gonna get distracted? So we just, oh my God, please, anything.
Get him back to his office.
Okay, sure. Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry. And I'm pushing him along.
Ta is like the perfect supplicant. Like, I'm so sorry. Oh, what a disaster. So yeah, you put Derek back in his office, and Vincent comes around the corner right around the time this is all done.
I want to look at this lock.
Yeah. So this lock is, it's a biometric. with a there's like a it's like the full metric. It's like the key card, something you have, the biometric, something that you are, and a key code, something that you know. It's all three on this lock.
Okay. I think that I want to use some cards, and basically the MacGyver stuff that I have to make a quick impression of, like, for the fingerprint. Maybe I already have the card set up.
Sure.
And getting lucky with that code.
Sure.
And I'm doing that all by myself. Like, fuck these guys, and like,
all right,
making it look like I'm just going to press numbers until I get in, which is
right.
because I'm just pissed.
Yeah. So to like kind of have everything you need to quickly fashion this right here in the room and basically get through this door. I'm gonna say that's kind of a significant thing, probably like 5 cards to like know how like this lock was going to be in front of you and have all the tools you need to get through it without alerting any kind of suspicion, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So you got 4 and one wrinkle. So let's do your basic tech. Let's see how far along you get before the wrinkle hits. So
Kit?
if you want the lock to be broken, kit bashing is okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so basic tech plus tech.
Oh gosh, that was better. 20.
20.
I rolled a 3.
All right, cool. Oh, you got a 20 on a 3? That's awesome. So, yeah,
I was 17. I was straight 17. So.
Yeah. So the 3 of you are here in this hallway, and you very quickly go through the process. Like, okay, here's how you get fingerprints. You know, dust it, impression, put it onto a glove. You can do all of that really quick. You had all those things. The key card, you had analyzed the key card before. You knew what kind of RFID type technology they use. So you spoofed a number. You had tested the number a couple of times until you realized that that number was getting past a layer of security that you thought would get you into a room like this. And then the key code itself, you've kind of gone around and asked enough questions, and you had some help from Sparks in all of these things. And
Lost Casey.
Oh no, Casey's dropped. Okay, everyone, one moment.
Oh, there he is. Oh, I think we moved.
Yeah, but if Casey comes back on video, it'll put us all back.
We can't hear you. We see you lighting up.
Yep.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you
Don't know what happened. The whole system just decided that doesn't want to work.
Oh, really?
Like,
That's terrible.
Froze. I had to back all the way out.
No.
Like it crashed on me.
No. Okay. Do you want to be no video for the rest of the stuff, or do you want to try and get back on video?
It was
Let's
going
try
so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try video.
Okay.
I switched over to the Wi-Fi, so hopefully that'll
Cool.
fix. Seems like something's going on out here with antennas.
Yeah.
So
No
back
worries.
my camera.
Gaming from a truck, folks. You know, like that's just how it goes. It's all good.
The real thing.
Yep. All right. Cool. So yeah, Spring gets right into action, and you start doing all your cat burglary stuff to get to overcome this lock. You get all the way through, like the lock clicks open, and the door starts to move. When you hear this door open.
Ping for me again. Okay, that one.
Yep. And in this office is a hyperbaric chamber. Like a fully enclosed lozenge. It's white on the outside. You can see a seam where you can pull it open.
Great. I'll look at Vinton, take care of whatever that is, and then I'll take Ta into this room so that we can figure this out with our tech brains.
Awesome.
Take care. So take care of what?
Whatever that door opening.
Oh, there was a
door that opened.
Yeah, so this door that leads into the office opened. You could hear it, you know, over the quiet hum of this office. You could hear it.
Awesome. So I start making my way down here.
All right.
Get to the hallway.
Okay. So this is gonna be good. So you get there to the hallway, and we're gonna kind of do this as two security guys come around this corner. One is Erickson, the guy you met earlier, and then another is just a face you haven't met before. Some brunette woman, looks to be in her 50s. Is coming through.
This should be fun.
And yeah, so you see these two kind of round in the corner. They are they're walking like with determination. And I'm gonna stop you there so you kind of see this scene as you see them start to round the corner. Spring and Ta, you get into this room. You've got this lozenge. What do y'all want to do?
I think we want to open it without like killing whoever's inside of it, like carefully.
Sure.
Is
So
there any like paperwork or anything around?
yeah.
Like to tell us what this is?
Sure, yeah. You can see that it's hooked up. There's actually a bunch of this hyperbaric chamber. You can see there's a bunch of cables coming out of the bottom of it, going into the floor, and you can see where the floor around it is raised up to make room for all the cables going under the carpet, as they snake out of the office back into the hallway. This room is otherwise. There's a couple of chairs in here and some like manacles, like handcuffs and ankle cuffs that are on the floor next to one of the chairs, empty. And you can see that they are like they would work with magnetism. They would, magnetically lock and open based on somebody knowing the right codes and all that kind of stuff. And there's a like small TV in the room that's on, but it's just showing like the like messaging of the day for SMUD. It's like so and so's birthday today and all that kind of corporate crap is in this room. Otherwise, like the lozenge itself is shut. It's clearly on and working, but you don't see anything else saying like who's in it or that there is even anybody in it. And it's like opaque.
Can I do a quick perception check for any documents of interest or anything kind of interesting in the room? That
Sure.
would not necessarily tell us who's in there or what's going on, but just like anything that would be.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me. Why don't you both give me perception checks as you like case this room real quick.
19.
19. Okay.
16.
16. All right, cool. So this room is annoying in that there are not like there are not documents or journals or data pads or any of that kind of stuff in this room. But what you do find is over by that chair with the manacles next to it, you can see like bits of food that have been not cleaned up around the chair, and you can also see some scratches like underneath the chair made like over time with someone like like practiced like slowly etching a word into the chair, and that word is Oz. O-Z.
Okay. Can we pick up those manacles or are they attached to the floor?
Nope, they're not attached to the floor right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have them. And it looks like you close them and they're gonna be activated, kind of thing.
Ta, you ready to open this?
I don't think there's much for us to do. So yeah.
Okay.
Let's take it slow.
Yep. you're both highly accomplished techs. You take a minute to get this thing safely open, and it starts to open. You can smell like salt water, like a really salty, briny salt water. And inside this tank is a man suspended in water. You can see they've got like old school VR goggles, like the old school hacking goggles over their face. Their hair is like drifting in the water, and it looks like their brow is furrowed, and they're doing something. Like they're concentrating on something that's critically important to them. And you can see the trodes, the interface jacks coming out of their neck and going into this chamber. As the door slides further open, you can see where it has like a little water spigot that he can get access to, a food dispenser, that kind of thing. It looks like this is intended to hold a person for a long period of time, and keep them in all the things that they need to do whatever it is that they're doing. And to open this container took you all some effort, right? It was locked in a way, but through all your tech and all that kind of stuff, you were able to get this chamber opened. And yeah,
fuck is this?
yeah, right. Clearly some kind of hacker, right? Hacking away, doing something. Benton, you're in the hallway. Erickson comes up to you and says, "Oh, hey, did you give him a name earlier, Benton?"
His ID name is Solomon.
Solomon. Okay.
Solomon Kane.
Yeah, cool. So he says, Kane, good. This is my boss, Smatter. Yeah. And,
I give her a salute.
Yep. And she says, Mr. Kane, do you know what's going on? And she starts to like kind of indicate that we need to be walking back this direction.
Man, it has to do with what happened a couple days ago. Investigation. Sent here as an audit crew, as an independent investigator to try to figure out what was going on. It seems that you guys might have a mole in the system, and it was traced back here.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Which group are you with?
What we call the specialized group, Gray
Lines. The Gray Lines.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and pull that bit of information again. I was like, Gray Lines, man, a little bit above your pay grade, don't you think?
Let's do a persuade.
Keep thinking.
Ooh, here we go.
People don't
Here
like
we go.
being told it's above their pay grade.
Let's do a persuade.
I got 10 in it.
10?
Let's hope this works. I got 10 before I roll.
Okay, good.
I'm hoping. Now dice.
As we all stare at roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God.
Oh, nice on the 19.
Thank you. Almighty. I did not want to get into a gunfight in an office building, because that's where we were at in that situation.
Yep. So, yeah, you've got Erickson and Smattering here with you, and you with that, Smattering takes a pause. He goes, "Oh, Gray Lines. Really? Why don't you come with me and help me understand what all is going on here?" Erickson, go back to your post. He's like, "Yes, ma'am." And she kind of indicates.
Why did that spooker?
Do you have subvocal radio?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
You do have subvocals now?
I'll follow. We go talk.
All right.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
That's just
We'll
me.
go talk.
All right, cool. So Erickson goes back to his post, right? And Vincent, you and Smattering end up way back in this office. Way down here. So she takes you through
Not where I want to.
the security door. You know that there are another couple of security officers in here at these terminals, right?
Yep.
And over on this bench, there's like a gun that's broken down. You know, somebody was cleaning it and got interrupted or something like that. And she takes you into this room and begins to interrogate you.
Gotcha.
She isn't like pulling out your fingernails, but she is asking you pointed questions about what your role here is, what's going on. She mentions a security clearance that she has and all of this stuff. And I want to say this is going to be kind of a dueling of wits because you're going to have to like make up the right stuff and know when you need to hold information and when you give information and how to feed her interrogation so that she buys what's going on.
We're at the point of the game where Casey starts asking and dump 5 points of luck into this roll.
Well, so
I'm in a bad spot.
Yeah, so this is there's going to be two aspects of this. There's going to be you doing persuasion because you're going to be like persuasively delivering information, and there's also going to be will versus concentration as she is quickly asking you questions to knock you off your game, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of as soon as you give an answer, she asks you about something else entirely. Who's your commanding officer?
Okay.
What's their phone number? That kind of stuff, right? So like,
Gotcha.
you know, and so it's a cat and mouse game that the two of you are playing, and you can get yourself some knowledge to help you.
Team, use it.
Use it.
Use it.
Do it.
Yeah, go.
All right. Let me. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna give you. There's gonna be 3 rolls to this. There's gonna be 2. There's gonna be 2 persuasions, and there's gonna be 1 concentration. So for the first one, you get yourself a +4 to that because you know exactly who, like, you know a name to give in the Gray Lines that would be high enough that she can't just call the person, right? She would have to like go and ask for permission before she could follow up on that. So you know a name that you deliver. So give me that persuasion roll.
22.
Nice.
22? That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay. So, cool. Y'all talk about your boss for
And
a
I
little
want
bit.
to be like.
Yeah.
I want to be. I haven't taken a seat yet. I want to be that kind of guy. Like I'm in charge here right now.
Oh,
Because I'm part of the Gray Line.
right.
Or is that going to cause a problem?
Yeah, there's a we
need.
need to sit down is what she's trying to do is get you two to sit.
If that's going to cause a problem, then I'm going to be compliant.
All right.
So
So y'all take a minute talking about your boss and all of that kind of stuff. And you feel like at the end of that chunk of conversation, you've got it pretty well handled on that one. Let's get back to Ta and Spring as y'all have just opened this, hyperbaric chamber. You have a man, frankly, suspended in briny water in a neutrally buoyant state, being kept alive by this pod as they are obviously in a hack or jacked into the net or whatever.
Okay. I think that we're gonna try and pull him out, out of the net, as slowly and carefully as we can.
Yep.
Not being net runners ourselves.
Yeah, so cybernetics. Let's do a cybernetics plus tech to know how to safely extract someone without causing them like any kind of damage or or at the very least like warning them that they're about to come out so they can stop doing whatever it is that they're doing.
Todd, do you want to lead that? Because
Yeah,
I think
go
you have cyber tech and I don't. I rolled a 1.
22.
Okay. So 22 is your total there, Ta?
Yes, 22. Yeah.
Okay, and that was cyber tech plus tech and the D10, right?
Yep. Cyber tech, D10.
Perfect.
Regular tech.
Perfect. Good. So yeah, it's tricky because as you're going in, normally you do a couple of things at the deck to let them know, and then maybe like a finger twitches to let you know that they acknowledge that, and then you go about the business of disconnecting them. This system is not built for you to do that. It's kind of tries to lock him in there. And so it takes you a second to like go around whatever holds they have in place that keep that from being an easy thing to do. So that 22 is really helpful right now. And after a moment, this person starts to like speak and says, "Oh, what's going on?" As their like hands are coming up to pull the visors off their face.
We're here to get you out.
And like the visor comes off, and you can see, this person's face has not seen sun for a long time, and it's probably wincing from the brightness of the lights, as he says, "Oh, I'm so glad my message got out. Are you Sparks?"
With Sparks. We need to get you out of here.
Okay. And they come up out of they like kind of sit up a little bit as their like hips sink into the water, their head comes out, and like their wet hair just kind of pulls back behind them. And he coughs a little and kind of looks around.
And I do a first aid check on him to make sure that we're going to be able to move him, like he's going to be able to be moved.
Yep. Yeah. Do your first aid.
19.
Okay. Yeah. They are healthy to move. 1 second, everyone.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sometimes you click it too soon in it.
I know. We'll see.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, we can hear you.
you.
Can't see you yet, but we can hear you.
All right. Let me see if I can turn it off and turn it back.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is the Netrunner.
This is the Netrunner. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Surprise.
There we go.
Hey.
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 All right. Let me get your nameplate up here real quick, Mike. Playing Oz. And let's lock that down, and let's get rid of that one. There we go. Cool. Mike, welcome to the game, dude.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, I don't know if you've been watching, but they opened your pod. You've been imprisoned in this for a long time, right? Yeah. You don't remember the last time you've seen the sun, and yeah. You wake up, you have a Spring and a Ta, which you've never met these people, of course, but they are, one is like a very like powerful looking businesswoman who is like dressed to command a room and does so. And the other is clearly like some sort of like sycophant assistant that is like clawing his way to the top by pushing other assistants down, kind of thing. Is like adopted this character maybe a little too well in the last couple of hours.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, good.
Okay. We need
Casey
to.
here? I only see S4. I don't see Casey.
Oh, do you
I think
not?
That's mine. That's not me.
Oh,
Maybe
you know what? I have to realign some of the cameras, but do you not see?
Oh, here we go. Hold on. I just had to exit out of the. We're all good.
Okay, good. Good. So, folks, I'm going to go about the business of moving our cameras to the right spot. My apologies. I did not set up the cameras exactly right. So there's going to be some musical chairs while the three of you all have a quick conversation.
You might want to check the nameplates.
Yeah, I know they're all messed up too.
Okay. You got a message out. We are.
Which one did you guys get?
There were numerous.
Yeah. He's still sitting in the pod, right?
Yeah, it's still wet.
Okay. So is he wearing anything?
Yeah, he's probably wearing like a hospital gown, or
Gotcha.
maybe like maybe it's like a wetsuit, you know, like
Gotcha.
like something that's designed to be wet the entire time. But
Either way, he could be naked. It doesn't matter. I don't.
Yeah, no, he's got some kind of clothing. I mean, they're not like
kind of something. Yeah,
they're not like deviants.
Yeah. So he tries to get out of the pod slowly. If anybody's close enough, he'll kind of reach towards them for like bracing or whatnot. Yeah, I sent several. What name are you here for?
The builder, the
Clamper? Shaper.
The Shaper was the name.
Shaper.
Shaper.
That one got out. Hey, did either of those two live?
One died.
Sparks is alive.
Ah,
He killed the
at
other
least one
one.
of them made it.
The other one got like
Yeah,
black
zapped.
iced.
Yeah.
Let's get you out of here.
If they help him out, whoever it is, he hugs them. Hi, new friend. Hate it. Thank you.
You are wet, and that is gross. Thank you.
He then tries to hug the other one.
Nope.
Hug.
Toss sees that going down. Is like, I'm backing away on this situation.
F that. I was only close enough because I'm doing a medical check on him.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I guess I'm not not dodging this hug.
I want to say that we have fake paperwork for the biggest, baddest security company on the California coast.
Awesome.
I
So you do have paperwork.
Okay.
And you know that it's not going to pass close inspection, but you have paperwork that says it's a part of Emerald Security, and that this person is going into custody under the authority of Emerald Security, kind of thing.
Okay. I want to use that paperwork to get us out. I would Todd, we need to handcuff him. So using the manacles. I want to be able to drop.
No, there's a step away.
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me.
We're now moving to get the pod between me and you. Sir,
do you want out of this building?
Yes.
Then you need to be in the manacles. I'll take them off
I
when
do
we get
have
to the
zip
car.
ties.
That's what they've told me in the past. This isn't my first rodeo here, sweetheart.
Take your pick.
Okay. I want to cut away while we're in this tense moment of like, get in the manacles. No, I'm not getting in the manacles. that moment. As Vinton, you're getting grilled by the security chief here, and she's changing tactics on you and is going after a completely new set of information, and it's trying to throw you off kilter. So I need you to do a will plus concentration to not get totally flummoxed by her tactics here of throwing you off balance. You broke up a little bit.
I'm going to use 2 points of luck.
Okay. Oh, did you want a card to see if there's any more information you can use to help you through this moment?
don't need it.
Okay. Oh, smokes. Nice.
Ooh.
With the 10.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
And another 10. All right,
Oh.
cool. Yeah, so you've seen this tactic before, right? Vinton has been around the block. You know how they do it at the checkpoints. You know how they try and get you off your game. And she takes several tacks and is actually very good at this part of interrogating someone. And you're just cool and calm. You don't give anything away, right? Because you know what she's doing is she's watching you. Right? She kind of doesn't care what the answers are. She's watching how you respond when you get requests for new information. Is there a moment of panic in your eyes? And Vinton is stone. Just as smooth as could be with a 33 on your roll.
I'm gonna dump the rest of my luck in the next roll when that's time, because Lord knows I'm probably gonna get screwed out of that.
Yeah, but out of this, you do get a piece of information. You get a sense in this moment of the conversation that she is looking at this as a way of getting in to the Gray Lines. Like, by the way that she has architected some of her pointed questions, these are not just tell me about your boss, but tell me about how you were selected, who interviewed you, where did you put your paperwork, that kind of thing. And she moves into a bunch of other areas, but as you're piecing these things together, you realize, oh, she wants to go in on the cool kids club. That's what she's going for. Is she's trying to grill you for information on how she can move into the Gray Lines.
Gotcha. All right. Do I? Nope. We're gonna save those cards for getting out of here.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do is let you know that she's ambitious. So on your next roll, go ahead and take a +2 on that, because you know her ambition. You now have a lever against her. And normally interrogators never give you a lever, but she has delivered to you one, because of how well you did this roll.
Can we start to plant more seeds about this Emerald security?
Yeah.
Like if you can. As you know,
Yeah,
just we can put more points into Emerald.
Yep. Yeah. So you've got some good data that corroborates the paperwork and all that kind of stuff that you're seeding into this conversation, Vinton.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. I like it. So Vincent, I'm sorry we just briefly went into this room with you real quick. I just wanted to get through that part. Let's get back into the room with the very wet Oz and the two people, one of them holding manacles, no, you have to get in. How do you all resolve that bit of tension in the room? This is what I want to see.
While they're arguing, I just walk past Oz and say, "Don't touch me," and then I'll just kind of grab him real quick and put him in zip ties.
You're gonna do what? You're gonna grab him real quick and what?
Yeah, just put his hands behind his back and put him in zip ties.
Zip ties.
I have zip ties in my
Oz. Does Oz resist this at all?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Oz, let's do your evasion plus dexterity to evade.
I don't have a invite to roll 20.
Oh, my apologies. Let me get you an invite to roll 20. I'm so bad at this game. And
whatever. Shut up.
let me. How do I do that from this screen? Is it in here?
It might.
I mean, if you want, somebody can just roll for me.
You could use Google Dice.
Yeah, I mean, I could roll.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll and just tell me what the number is.
Okay.
My apologies.
Do I roll a D10 or D20?
A D10, add your dex and your evasion. And then you're going to roll your melee plus dex. And whoever wins.
I have a 17.
17, all right.
So I have a dex of 7 and an evasion of 5, so that's 12.
Shit.
And I rolled a 7. So
fun.
19.
So you go to handcuff this guy, and he's woo 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 woo, like
Whoa.
immediately spins
He's
out.
slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
And I am slippery. And there's
Okay, calm. Let's everyone. All right. We need to be able to get you out of here. We're posing as a security. Is there a camera? I should have. Time out. Is there a camera in here?
Oh yeah.
We did do a perception.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a camera in here. Yeah. It's like in the corner, right? And nobody's like done anything. No alarms have gone off. But when you pause and go, fuck, you look, and there's totally a camera in the top corner of this room, looking in there.
Okay.
Okay. Do I also notice this, or is this just Spring?
Just Spring right now because she's the one who asked.
Comms and kind of like my back to the camera.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a camera in here.
Yeah, no kidding. There's a camera in here. It's a security room. Why wouldn't there be a camera in here? Is this your first one? Did they send amateurs after me?
Sub-vocally, I go, okay, I may have a device.
I'm going to get shot.
And so can I use my...
Is this how Vinton feels?
Probably.
That's subvocal.
Welcome to my hell.
That's subvocal to Shaw. That's how Vinton feels.
Can I use my mic disruptor now?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll turn on
you
my mic
crack that thing
disruptor.
open, and none of you can hear this tone, but your ears feel a pressure. Does that make sense? It's like you know there's some kind of sound, but you know that your ears have lost the ability to hear that tone, just because you're all like over 10.
I start to like hit one side of my head to get the water out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's still water in there. Oh, gross.
And so after I turn it on, I'll be like the, kind of sycophant fades away, and I go, okay, I'm not dealing with this anymore. You can either go out in manacles or you can go out in zip ties, but you're coming out either way. We need to go soon. We're trying to help you. We've got to do this quickly.
Zip ties.
Zip ties, what I tried to do. Okay. And so I put
No,
him
you
back
tried
in
to
zip ties.
grab me.
And put you in zip ties. And so I put him in zip ties.
Dave, can I like get under this camera and like buzz it, like pry it?
Yeah. So you get under the camera. Give me a basic tech plus kit bashing to destroy this thing, without making too much noise.
But how come I can never math? 29.
29. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's actually annoying because it's so high up, but you get that thing so that it's disabled. You probably don't even destroy the whole thing, but you get it so that it's like unhooked from wherever it goes. There's a little like IP camera, plugs directly into a network. Mike, I put the link into the Discord room.
Yep, I'm pulling it up now.
Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Dave, could I have a card to see if I have an Emerald security badge?
Sure. You do have an Emerald security badge, and it looks good.
Good.
Ta turns back into Laszlo.
Okay.
Your
character changes are freaking me out. I love it.
Let's vocal over to Vinton that we have the target. We need to leave. And I'm going to start marching him out.
Yeah. Do you need help?
Are you asking me?
Vinton, we can't hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on. It's coming off the rails, guys.
Not yet. We're good. We're smooth.
Actually, I don't calm back because I'm in that office.
Right. Yeah, the two of you are wrapping up your interrogation. She's getting to her final questions for you.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you have that knowledge. You know the score. Did earlier you subvocal to Ta? Did you subvocal to Vinton as well? That there was a camera in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Vinton, we're gonna do one more roll where she's asking you for information about, the what your role here is, and what is success for you and your team today in terms of what are your goals out of this, and what paperwork does she need to get from you and that sort of thing to make sure that everything's above board and all that kind of stuff. So give me one more persuade, and you know that she's ambitious, so you're going to get a +2 on that, and to try and get out of here with the minimal like paperwork and all of that kind of stuff, right? Things you may not have.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do, right? We'll consult the cards to see if you do. But yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna dump the rest of my luck in. So 3 points of luck.
Okay.
So that brings me up to 15.
Okay.
For the roll.
Yep.
Be kind. 22.
Ooh, 22. Nice. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Versus her stuff. Okay. So the what ends up happening is you get through this conversation, but she does need a specific package from you in terms of basically saying that you're allowed to take this asset and that there are some kind of authorizations and that kind of thing, and she won't let you leave without that. So
Can I see if can I consult the card to see if I have that in my pouch?
right, yep. So you have it. You have a packet, but it doesn't necessarily hold up to close inspection, right? So you hand it over to her, and she starts reading through it. And let's see how perceptive she is.
Be dumb today.
Okay. You are kind of watching her. Give me a human perception as she's thumbing through the paperwork you've given her.
Do I have a perception? I have if I have teaching of 3, that gives me a 1 in everything, right?
Right.
Education.
Education of 3, but yeah.
Okay. I got a 1 plus, what is perception? 10. Okay, cool. Thank God. There it is.
There's your 1.
There it is.
Shit.
There it is.
So
Roll that beam.
yeah, so what this looks like, she's sitting there reading this paperwork, and you're kind of sweating because you know that y'all kind of flubbed some of this just to get it done in the amount of time that you had. And you see her grimace at a point, and Vinton, you've been made. She's looking at the name y'all wrote down on as far as authorizing you to take whomever the person of interest is. She's looking at that, and you're like, fuck, that's a fake name. She knows it's a fake name. The signature's all fucked up. There's no way. As she's kind of looking at this oh man.
All right. So I want to use, if you let me try to use persuasion. I would want to, because I've been bringing it up the whole emerald. So I'm just like a person helping escort, and that I would say it in a way to where it's I want to be able to let us get this out here. I'll make sure that her bosses, the one I came in with, will immediately send you the emails. Not only that, you're at the top. I will make sure my commanding officer definitely knows who you are. And
Yeah.
you will be known as somebody that's helped to brought a terrorist organization down to their knees.
Okay.
I'm going full ham on this.
Yeah, I love it. So give me your last persuasion, and versus her human empathy, and let's see if you can kind of use her own ambition against her, and
Do I
see how.
still get that +2 because she's ambitious?
No, because you've got this like compromising moment here between the two of you, and so you're leveraging that, but it's no longer giving you a bonus now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me double check. Sure. You said persuasion, right?
Yep.
Okay. Be kind.
A 10.
Oh, yes.
Another
Gods
10.
have-
Wow.
Yes.
Jeepers creepers, man.
Gods have smiled on
All
me
right.
today.
Roll
So-
that extra 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
And
one
there's
other one.
I got my one out of the way.
Oh my god. So folks, he rolled a 10, so he got a
Oh,
20 on the
God.
whole roll, and then he rolled a 1 on top of that because you add the next die to it. So anyways, so yeah, you kind of see her, and she looks at you like, she looks like straight at you as you're like laying out these assurances, and she goes, okay. And she reaches into her like pocket, and she has one of those like top flip little notebooks, and she writes down, she goes, here's my non-company email.
Appreciate it.
Yep. As you all are walking out of the room with the pod in it. Sorry, Mike, I don't have a thing for you. I didn't get a token made
That's fine.
for your character. But you're still like soaking wet, dripping into the hall as you all walk out of here.
Okay, so we're just gonna lead him out.
Okay.
And then hopefully our security catches up with us. But just like we're on a mission to do it, I want to say that that card is of Makoni, our kind of nervous assistant guy, who is accidentally going to drop his key card or his badge for Emerald Security.
Walk me through that one more time. Sorry, I didn't follow.
I want to plant fake evidence of
okay.
our nervous assistant fumbling and dropping his like badge or whatever with Emerald Security.
Sure.
Here.
Sure.
To leave it as just
so
evidence.
How does Spring do that? Because Todd probably has it on him. So do you just like reach over and like throw it on the ground?
Do you subvocal it?
Yeah, I'll just like as we're walking, I'll subvocal to Todd like, hey, or in your persona, accidentally drop your badge.
Okay. And so now nervous and like now being a little bit wet, he has his clipboard, and he'll kind of sneak out in one of his many pockets, his key card, and he'll kind of put it under the papers, and so he'll go down to tie his shoe, and then he'll be like, oh my gosh, they're so far ahead of me, and as he's running, I'll move the clipboard under my arm, which lets the key card fall.
Nice.
And then I'll chase after them.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, you do this kind of performance to get the card to drop naturally. And if there's a camera, the camera that would be watching you sees, this like kind of buffoonery. As the three of you kind of make your way to here, Vinton, this security captain is kind of done with you, and walks you through this room, with all these people. Give me a.
I don't want to be like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, we're joking, we're laughing, as security guards, like the tense moment's over, right?
Right.
She's probably a little, so it's like, well, I'll just, joke and laugh, and Vinton's being Vinton, like, and then like telling stories, making it up as he.
Sure. Give me a perception.
Why can't you just let me walk out of here?
I want to see if you notice something neat. That's all.
Please. $12.
12. Okay, cool. Yeah, you get through this room without noticing anything interesting or different, um, and then the three of you all enter into here. You've got Erickson, the security guard, still standing here, and Oz, when the security guard sees you, goes, "Whoa, it walks."
Oh, it talks.
Ignore him. Hush up, terrorist.
Shh. Be nice. Be respectful to this. Saved my ass.
We'll just push ahead. Come
Yep.
along.
Yep. So y'all get to the elevator. How do y'all want to get through this? There's a little key card thing.
I talked to Erickson.
Okay.
I want to talk and see if the Erickson. You like cars, man?
Yeah.
We have to roll a lot.
All right, yeah. Give me
Hey,
your like conversation or something if you're gonna try and like get this
Yeah.
guy into a conversation.
get it.
All right.
That's it. I should have just shut up and not said anything. You almost let me have it.
No, I need you to roll. Like, there's no, I just don't know what you're gonna roll. So conversation works if you're gonna. Oh, roll again. See how bad it gets.
Damn
Here
it, crazy.
we go.
You're doing great, and then you start doing the 10s and 1s over and over again. All right, so a 9. Yeah, you start to get this guy into a conversation, and it's not like you can't navigate the conversation towards getting the door open. Y'all get into this like really like deep conversation about like what kinds of card games you like, and but the game of chance is kind of spoils it for him. I like skill games, and y'all get into this like really nerdy gambling discussion, and Vinton, you're trapped in it, right? You can't get him, but he is kind of engrossed in this conversation about which card games are worth playing and which ones aren't, while the three of you are looking at this keypad. You've already burned your one-time key to get in here. Presumably the card still works, but you used your one-time pass to get up.
We figured out what their encryption method was, so that we know what the next key is.
Okay. Let's see how you did. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Was that 2 reds? I didn't see them.
Yeah, it was 2 reds. It was 2 reds. Yeah, so you during this time you kind of had gone back and thought a little bit. It's like, okay, hold on. We remember that it works this way. You run through your little like crypto calculator thing can do all that math for you, because you can't do that math. Does all that math for you and says the code should be this.
But yeah, that's why I have an agent. It's an app on my agent.
Yep. Yeah, you swipe the card, key in the code, and bling, door opens. And y'all filter in. Good stuff. I love the heist mechanic. It's so fun.
All right, Eric. Catch you later.
Y'all head downstairs into the car garage. As
we put the prisoner and the bodyguard into the back seat.
Okay.
And then, sorry, Ta and Spring in the front seat.
Yep.
No, it's driverless car. Okay. I was gonna say, sorry, Ta, you're gonna have to drive, but it's a driverless car. So.
Right, yeah, it can navigate its own stuff.
Yeah.
So as y'all pull away, like the security guards just give y'all like a passing wave as y'all leave. Now, as you're coming out of this building and you start to turn away, you do see a helicopter coming in towards the building. Like one of those like big like Black Hawk helicopters that carries a bunch of people. You see one of those coming in and starting to get lower as it starts to descend towards this building.
Do we have chameleon paint? Like basically?
Yeah, your car has kind of a chameleon, the ability to change the paint job on the car, and it kind of can look like a different structure, but you can't stretch it too much.
Can we not like? I don't want like it to look like a different type of car. I'd like the paint to be like the Emerald Security. I'm really selling this Emerald Security thing.
Oh.
Like that is what the card now looks like.
Okay. Yeah, so it's got like their emblem on the side and all that kind of stuff. Their like numbers along the top or whatever it is. Go ahead and give me
to the whole heist. Like I think that I'm trying to like make the whole heist be.
Yep.
Remote security is pulling this guy out.
Yep. Okay. So give me because you came in with the car looking like a SMUD car.
Right.
And so I just need to know maybe as a group, y'all kind of roll like a stealth to know like the right moment to change the paint so nobody notices, hey, this car just changed completely. As you're kind of leaving one scene and getting into another, there's like this gap. Can you hit that gap? And that kind of thing.
19.
Okay.
21.
Nice.
22.
Okay. So kind of between the two of you in the driver's seat, you sort that out and get it so that you're like in that ramp coming up out of the parking garage as the car is like shimmering and changing itself to be the Emerald Security, like white with a green band and then the stuff on the door and the stuff on the top and all that kind of stuff that would normally denote an Emerald Security, like one of their like obviously marked cars, right? I'm sure they've got a ton of unmarked cars, but they're marked cars is what you're looking like as you come out of this building.
Well, yeah, I'm a big time audit professional.
That's right. Good stuff. Yeah. So y'all got out of there. There were a couple more black and reds to go.
Woo!
So good stuff. And you're out. You have this person Oz with you. Do we need to end now, or do y'all want to do like a little role play meeting Oz on the drive back out of town?
Let's meet Oz.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So y'all are away from the building, and there's like this moment of like audible sigh of relief as y'all have dodged like the response team.
I pull out my switchblade and cut the bands on the back, like.
Oh, those zip ties? Yeah, they probably weren't even all that tight.
Yeah.
They were a little tight.
So much.
A little tight.
A little tight.
You're pissed off. Don't piss off.
Thank you so much, big guy. You're my new best friend. That was awesome. Thank you.
Hey, you better.
It's rough when you first get out of the pod. I don't even know how long I was in this time, and then you don't know how long you're going to be till you get out, and nothing ever works right for the first little while. It's hell, boy. Don't even get me started on the plumbing. Whew.
Who the hell are you?
It depends on what game we're playing. It's who I am. I got a million names up here, man. It's just been it's been a while since I've actually talked to people that didn't just call me a number. That's crazy. So let's see. What am I going to go by? The great and powerful Oz. That's going to be me. That's who I am.
Shoot your mic.
The great and powerful Oz. You blew out a little bit there, buddy.
Or streaming 101. Don't blow out your mic.
Yeah. So great and powerful Oz. Sorry. That's me. That's Skipperino. The dude skipped my lap.
Todd will turn from sycophant back to like the confident talk. And
it's also confusing.
You talk a lot, don't you?
Dude, I've been in the net for like months at a time. It operates, or not net, but
what day do you think it is?
Yeah, it's the net.
I don't know. They don't give me access to calendars. I've been in there at like 6 to 10 times speed, varying basically depending upon the power outlet. But anyway, I've been in there for a long time. I don't know, man. Whew.
Hey. So I like you. So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
I like you too. You're a great guy. You cut me loose. That guy, not so big on him. He tried to grab me, and then he was in the box. They were tight.
You tried to hug me when you were wet. That's on you.
Well, a little off kilter there. You rescued me. Don't you hug your rescuers when you get rescued?
No, I don't hug anyone.
You should work on that.
Calm down, everyone. What, Vinton?
Anyway, Anyway, there's going to be some people we're going to take you to. They're going to want to ask some questions.
Did I go from one
Don't
jail to
worry.
another?
No,
No.
you did not. You'll have us, but we do need you to answer the question and give any information you got on those whatever you guys call this pod thing.
Why'd you ice another
Brain
runner?
dances.
Why did I what?
Ice another runner.
I didn't ice another runner. I've saved countless.
The
Okay,
one
look.
we found was dead.
How did you guys find me?
We were
Okay, so
We were
pod with like a message in it, right, Vinton?
right, do you think there was supposed to be a message in there?
No. But Vinton was saying
what?
that the way that it was rigged is on the same card as the shit that kills people.
Okay, look. They have me
Right.
tracked in that.
What
ahead.
Vinton told us, right? That was
Yeah,
it.
and also it
Yeah.
makes sense for your characters to really not understand the whole thing, because
Okay.
it was like a Netrunner explaining to Vinton, and they probably didn't. And Spark, she probably didn't say like everything because she knows that she can get into technobabble that goes over people's heads. So she's like, "Look, it was on the thing that brought in the signal that got my brother killed." So like she tried to keep it simple so that the meaning of it wouldn't be lost on her audience, right? And so yeah, there's definitely some missing information here for you all.
Did it look like I was pulling assassination attempts back there? I mean, obviously, I don't voluntarily work for them. They have me in their system. I locked in. I tried to reach out wherever I could. I'm running so many system things. They don't have AIs for this stuff anymore. They take us and they put us in there. And if we want to have food and water and our systems kept alive, then we get to run as AIs and their systems running.
What?
I think every day that I quit the corporate world.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
I think that means he's good.
I'm great.
Yeah.
The great and powerful Oz. It's in my name.
What are these fucking corpses do?
Yes,
Hey, man. Corpses are ruthless.
they are. Listen to the big guy. He knows what he's talking about.
I'm Spring, by the way.
I'm Oz. Skip.
Mhm.
Skippy. Skip.
It's Ta.
No, Laszlo.
Then
Oh, right.
Laszlo. Okay.
Marconi.
Marconi.
don't worry about it. In 24 hours, there'll probably be a new name.
Oh, okay.
Need to be after this.
So, well, no. Everything seemed to go a lot smarter. We didn't, blow up a fucking building this time, didn't we?
Wait, did you guys blow up that building? That was awesome.
No.
I didn't.
I mean, it was stupid, but it was
Don't
awesome.
encourage him.
I mean, they've been on the net hunting that for all. Oh man, at least.
Yeah. And Oz, now that they say that, you look at these people and like they don't look like the photos that were taken, but
Yeah.
they kind of do. Like if you tilt your head just right, it's like, oh, I could kind of see it. Sure.
I liked your hair the other way. And you, dude, man, were those real, man? Because that had to be rough, man. Did you go with them?
They were.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. You shouldn't have blown up the building, though. That was not.
I did not.
You did not. Gotcha.
No.
Hard to get good help these days.
Right.
Anyway.
We're just gonna drive back to the.
Where are we going? Hey, can we make a pit stop?
Where do you want to take a pit stop?
Dave, do we have a safe house?
You have your camp. That's your safe house.
Do not want to.
I
go
think
to-
while we're driving, I'll text Spring. No, not Spring.
I was
Spark.
gonna say what?
This dude.
I should make a detour.
She's in the front of the car. I know, right?
I know what you're doing.
So I'll text Spark and say, mission success. It's quiet. If you want to see this guy, show up at the campus.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll send a text.
Cool. Yeah, she'll get back to you in a second. But Oz had asked to do a pit stop. How do y'all feel about doing a pit stop?
Begrudgingly, I would be like, where do you want to stop?
Well, a few places. One, I need to pick up some gear. I got some stashed, not too terribly far from here, but I mean, it'd be nice to get a couple of bucks. Also, I could really go for a big greasy burger. You know what I mean?
Is your stash in the garden?
What?
No, your stuff is in the commons.
Yeah, it's in the commons.
We should get his stuff. He's a Netrunner. He's gonna need his shit.
Fair enough.
You won't have anything for him?
No, not up here. We left
a lot of our stuff down south.
Fine. I could go for that burger. As long as we get that burger on its way.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, listen to Angry Man. He wants a burger too.
Let's get some food, and then get his stuff, and then get back to camp.
As we're doing that, I'm literally ripping the patches off and throwing that email address out the window.
Yeah. Like, and gone. Don't need you.
And never need you again.
Oh, that's great.
So,
yeah.
I would ask for a cigar from Vinton. Do you have an extra cigar? Would you give one to me? You've never seen him smoke before.
Yeah, because I still. Yeah, because I still like him. So yeah.
You wouldn't give one to me?
I'm disappointed. No, I would give you. I would give it to you because I still like you. I'm just like a disappointed father with you right now. So it's like, yeah, here.
Father, you're
not
like
mad.
8 years
Spring
older
went too
than me.
low in that argument.
So I take a cigar and then.
Team Mom though, Jagus? Am I?
Yeah, no, she's like team instigator. Have you ever seen Control Alt Set Fire or whatever that show on? I think it was like, oh man, yeah. Spring reminds me a lot of the main Chica in that show.
Oh, I know what you're the AMC one.
Yeah.
Halt and Catch Fire.
Yeah. Halt and Catch Fire. That's what it is. So, anyways, y'all go to the commons to get the stuff. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go to the commons, and you watch as like, kind of describe to me what your stash situation looks like. Is it like behind a dumpster, or like is it like in a building that's like kind of abandoned, or what was the stash that Oz used?
I think it's gonna be I not necessarily behind a dumpster, but I think it's like it's some place that's obviously a little on the downside, but that he'd be able to get to. That's still gonna be there a few months later, you know.
Yeah,
like a dumpster's gonna get moved every day.
I know. Like, you know how like billboards have those big support columns,
right?
And so like he has jimmied the hatch so he can open the hatch and like his stuff is in there, or something like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you take a minute. It's like kind of out in the open, but doesn't matter now because you're out, kind of thing.
Right. So like I'm like, it's over. You see that billboard over there, you know, and I kind of direct them over. So I'm like, yeah, just let me hop out and run over. It's in the column there.
Yeah. And while Oz is at the base of this getting his stuff out, this billboard is one of those electric billboards that like lights up and says different things. And for like a brief moment, you catch your three faces on the billboard, and it's from in the glow, the camera in that hallway. So it's like a top-down view of your heads, and you're kind of blurry. And it says, you know, wanted, information wanted on these three suspects. If you find them, cash reward, kind of thing, is scrolling across the screen, and it's up there for like I don't know, 20 seconds. Then it moves on to something else.
Do I see that?
No,
As I'm walking back?
No, your head is in the thing, like pulling the stuff out.
But we're still like definitely in the city. It's not like
Yeah. You're in the Commons, which is the kind of middle and lower class area of the city, where there's a little less like regulation and oversight. But you're still within the city walls. You're still within SMUD owned and operated territory.
Vinton sees that and immediately changes his eye colors.
Yeah.
It's an automatic answer. It's like not even gonna try. You said it's blurry, right? It's like just top down.
Yeah, I mean, it was like obviously the security camera in that darkened hallway, so it's like a normal person looking at that is gonna like, really? You want me to catch somebody on that one? Like, what? But you all know,
right.
It's like, no, that's me. That's my body shape, right? That's my stuff, you know.
Blood.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're up here, by the way, Vinton will be working out every single day. He's going to get as big as possible.
Okay.
Strictly to get rid of that. But that is like, nope.
Yeah, so it's like this moment of like panic as you see yourselves up there, like, wait, no, we all look totally different. And then you look at your new but your new person here, Oz. And Oz's head is like all the way inside the support column for this thing, clearly not looking at the billboard. And it's like, okay, cool. Maybe we get that burger to go. Right.
As he's still digging, I just kind of tap my pistol like, let's go.
How close to me are they?
100 feet.
I can run faster than you.
I will catch you.
I'm right. I got out of the car and went with you.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Then did he see the billboard all the way up? If he's underneath it?
Oh yeah, no, I was back enough to let you do your thing, but I'm not dumb enough to let you just go off on your own. You're worth a lot of money to Vinton.
So he definitely pulls a bag out and then turns and looks at you guys, like looks the other way, looks back. There's a definite moment of, should I grab it? Because he's really thinking about it.
Opens the door just slightly, just be ready.
Vinton pulls out his pistol and starts aiming at kneecaps. Easy way or hard way, buddy.
Hey, I'm a wanted man, all right? I'm a wanted man. I want to get out of here.
Well,
you guys are setting fire to buildings, drawing a lot of attention to yourselves.
Charm is starting to wear out on me.
My charm never wears out.
Burgers!
You're about to find out.
Burgers! Nice talk.
We're going to go feed Captain Angry. It's going to be bad if he doesn't get food.
Yeah,
Very
get in the car.
This whole thing, Spring is just quiet, staring straight out the front window.
Okay. Just make this end.
Not even. It's even colder.
Okay.
It's a cold demeanor.
He walks back to the car once Burgers.
Okay.
Because we don't want Captain Angry to get mad.
So you get back to the car and y'all go get some Greasy Burgers, some Jake's Burgers to go, and then head on out. A lot of Jake's Burgers.
Like 3 shakes, one of each flavor, a bag of fries. No. What you said is I want a lot of fries. What I mean is I want a bag of fries.
The whole bag, nothing but fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's not a quantity.
A number 4.
Yeah. And just fill one paper bag full of fries.
Just one whole bag full of fries.
Cool. So y'all get out of here. Y'all get out of town. There are certainly things happen, but your characters are away. Successful heist and all. So I'm comfortable ending it here. Is there anything else we need to do crew-wise? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks everyone on stream for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun and a lot of activity on the on YouTube today. That was a lot of fun too. So, real quick, if this person's still on, the reason why the game tag says Cyberpunk 2077 on YouTube is because there's not a Cyberpunk 2020 tag on YouTube. So I just got the closest one, which is 77. All right, cool. So we're out. Everyone at home, as always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.
Good night.